right. So we're back, and today's going to be a little bit different. I already see that Rachel is saying that she has no idea what we're talking about with coding. But today is your day. We have a very special guest. So today's broadcast is actually part of the YouTubers Unite conference hosted by Swarthy Daisy. And I'm very fortunate because one of the guys, or one of the beacons in the tech community as far as YouTube, is Eazy Computer Solutions. So Eric, aka the Tech Preacher, has done so much for the community to make it grow, to make it shine, and part of the reason why I'm on YouTube and some of the other people that you have met over this time, like a Tech Valor and a Gadget Goddess, is because he brought us, together at his direction, and is continues to be that light or that beacon we can strive for. So definitely one of the hardest working individuals that you'll ever meet, no matter what field. And I'll just say this: I have a alarm that goes off every morning, and it's at 4 a.m. and it says "Mama Forever." I've had that alarm before Kobe had passed. It was Mama mentality, and I still don't work as hard as the Tech Preacher. So I just want to say, on behalf of myself and Savage, we are just ecstatic to have him here, and we just want him to school us on how would you start a YouTube channel. So Eazy, I gave you that introduction, so I'm gonna kick it over to you. So how would you recommend people start doing YouTube?
So first of all, I want to say thank you for having me on your show. I'm ecstatic. I do a lot for the YouTube community, a lot for the tech community, and I have an open mind about content creators that start small, that want to have that guidance. So what I try to do is I help a lot of content creators with find a path. I started YouTube 5.5 years ago. I did it. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I did it all wrong. I had this vision of doing something, but not being myself. Like I did YouTube. It was, when I talked to my wife and I told her, I said, hey, I want to do, start a YouTube channel. I had all this tech items. I had this mind thought of, I want to be a techie. I want to kind of showcase my style on how to be a content creator. And I started my YouTube channel and I did it wrong. So what I try to do is I try to mimic other people. I wasn't myself. I watch a lot of YouTube content out there, and I've seen the MKBHDs, the unbox therapy, the average consumer, the flossy carders out there, and I try to mimic them, and it failed miserably for me. So my first couple of years on YouTube, I try to mimic people that I was a fan of instead of being myself.
Yeah.
So one of the hugest things that I had to go back and reevaluate myself as a YouTube content creator and say, hey, I want to be easy. I want to be me. How could I be me? I made some detrimental mistakes when I first started YouTube. I thought that if I go out and spend tons of money on product, if I go out and try to do this and do that, then my channel will blow up just like everybody else.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case. How to start a YouTube channel is listen, it's not even that hard. It's very simple. It's planning. Think about, first of all, budget. It's planning, budget, and acting and grinding. That's the pillars that I use after I made my mistakes. So after I made my mistakes, I had to go back and look. I talk about how fun YouTube is. I did not start having fun on YouTube until maybe 2019. Between 2016 and 2019, it was frustrating for me. I posted videos, the views wasn't there. I spent a lot of capital on product, and it worked for me. And look, I just gonna be really honest with you. When I talk about spending capital, I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars that I spent.
Yes.
And it didn't work out for me. I mean, I was buying all this product. I was buying tab. My first year and a half, I think my first year on YouTube, I did a massive giveaway, man. And I remember buying like 6 iPhones, man, and doing a giveaway on it. I mean, it was terrible, man. And so
Mhm.
what I had to do is I had to go back and reevaluate the way I done things. And so my first thing that I wanted to do is I want to have fun. I want to have
Yes.
fun. That was the whole thing. Instead of making this a job, it's all about good fun. So I had to go back and plan. I had to sit back and look at how I run my channel. I had to think about how could I make myself happy about doing this and the grind. And look,
Yes.
I'm in a position that I can grind, right?
Exactly.
I work for myself. And I mean, I own businesses, so I got the freedom to pretty much, do things at will. But it was frustrating for me in the beginning. But now I can honestly say in 2020 and 2019, 2020 and 2021, I'm having fun, man. Like
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And if people that don't know Eazy from, everybody should know Eazy, and I'm gonna have Gigi put his channel in the chat, or Savage or whoever, but you need to get to know him. One of the things that I appreciate about him is he has fun. And there's another big YouTuber that has come through, Technically T, and they're the type of people, like it's great to have content creators, especially Black content creators, that will reach back. Eazy has me on his show every Wednesday, something like that basic. And I don't have 100 subscribers yet. I fully expected whenever I reached out to T or Eazy in the past, was like, oh, get your subscribers up. But it's like, no, they're about community and bringing people together and teaching us how to do YouTube properly. Now I have a question for you. There are some people that say, well, it's about the views. I should be chasing the views at first. Do you agree with that, or you think people should be making the best video possible?
So the most frustrating thing about YouTube is that you put a lot of work in that content, right? And when you post that video, the views are not there. Especially if you're a smaller content creator, you got 100, 200, 300 subscribers, under the 1,000 or maybe 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, and you post content and you believe that you'd put a lot of work in it. You put a lot of effort, a lot of grind in it, and you post a video, you might get 30 to 100 views. Listen, you can't beat the algorithm. Don't try. All the thing I can tell you is that don't get frustrated over the views, because I've had videos that I posted 2 years ago that didn't have not a view on it, and now it's trending. So I would tell you, stick to the path forward, and views will come, but don't get frustrated over the view count right now, because it look, the subs and the views will come based off of how you build your community. That's the whole thing. You have to think about it like this. All the hundreds and hundreds of content creators out there, how could you be different? How could you grow your community?
Mm-hmm.
Look, most people don't know who you are. So how could you, expect people to watch your content and subscribe to you? You have to build it from the ground up. And that was my biggest frustration when I first started, is that I didn't build an audience. I didn't build a community. So my focus was building a community from the ground up. I want people to believe in me, believe in what I say, be genuine, be loyal. Listen, the viewer, the bottom line is like this: you work for the viewer, because if it's not for the viewer, you wouldn't be where you at. So you have to look at the viewer and listen to the viewer. They're the ones who dictate a lot of things on your channel. Look, you can't be nonchalant and say, you know what, I don't care about the viewers. Well, you have to care about the viewers. They're the ones who are going to support the channel. They're the ones who become the channel members. They're the ones who will subscribe to your Patreon. They're the ones who take your videos and share it. They're the ones who support you 100%. So you definitely have to put the viewer in the spotlight. Give them praise for supporting the channel. letting them know that, listen, I read you guys' comments. I applaud and I really do appreciate y'all. You have to interact with your viewers. If you don't, then you would never grow. That's the bottom line.
Exactly.
If you don't interact with
Exactly.
your viewers, you would never grow. And you have to be genuine. Listen, it's always a difference between S and sugar. You got a
Yes.
lot of, listen, there's a difference between S and sugar. You got wannabes, you got fakers out there. You have to know somebody that's going to be genuine in this era, in this genre.
Yep.
And don't get caught up in the, this person always have the latest and greatest product, so I'm going to follow this person. But you have to understand the genuine of that individual. Research that person's channel. See if they, genuine about things that they do. See if they do follow-up videos. See if they, be genuine to their viewers. Hey, when they make mistakes, do they make videos about the mistakes they made? And that's
True.
key.
That's true.
That
That's
is
true.
key.
That's
I
true.
made
Yeah.
a bunch of mistakes on videos. And what did I do? I make follow-up videos about the mistakes that I made in my previous videos. So the viewer can know that, hey, Eazy really is genuine because he made a mistake and now he popped up a video talking about the mistakes that I made.
Exactly.
And I've done that a lot of times.
Yep. Yep. No, this is great, and I think it's great to hear. So I know you're not opposed to this. Like if someone here is watching for the first time, they're like, hey, I want to get into YouTube. I've heard all these good things. Would you expect them to go out and buy the latest equipment right off the bat? Or would you just be like, hey, start filming with your phone, learn editing, use free software? How would you have them go about that?
Well, I look at it two ways. You got to look at the person budget. Some people that has a large budget and say, hey, I want to start YouTube, but I want to get the best camera equipment. I want to get, monitors. I want to get, the best this, best that, even though I can tell you all front that, hey, you're not going to make any money off this. It's just a basic hobby. It's about fun. But if you have the capital and you want to go out and spend the capital on the professional gear, then by all means do that. But if you want to start out with zero budget, if you got a smartphone, you go get a tripod and stuff like that. Yes, you can use free software. But the whole thing about YouTube is this: showing off what you love. It's your passion. Listen, man, not everybody that's on YouTube is passionate about what they're doing. They're just doing it because
So that's the thing that's the one thing that I have to say that I really appreciate about Eazy. He is passionate about, like, if he's talking about a product, he's passionate. And I have been in situations where I have spoken to Eazy and then I've spoken to another tech reviewer, like right afterwards. The person don't even like tech. So it's like, what are you doing this for? They have no interest in it.
And I like how Eazy,
and it's going to show in your video
too. Like if you watch some of his videos, if you made a mistake on it, but he's not the type of person who's gonna like 1 + 1 is 7. He's not the type of person who's gonna try and justify it. If he messed something up, he's gonna be like, you know what, I made a mistake in my last video, and this is how I clarified that. I mean, this world isn't perfect, and I think Eazy does a real good job with addressing his community.
But the follow up on that, why would I talk about cars when I have no clue about cars? I know about tech and technology. I got 2 college degrees in computer science. I'm a computer science major. I've always loved tech, whether or not it's smartphones, tablets, computers, and everything in between. So it's my passion. This is what I read, and this is what I do. So when I turn on the camera, I could feel comfortable. I feel at ease to talk about specs and features and stuff like that because it comes natural. Not only that, but I utilize a product for what it is. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. I talk about the opportunities with different companies, and I keep it genuine. Look, again, I got over about 2,000 videos on my channel. I've made tons of mistakes. Over the years, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I look at it like this: if I make a mistake, I will come back and own up to that mistake. And look, if I get criticized for the mistakes that I made, it's all good because my channel is my journey. It's the pros and cons of me. It's me starting from the bottom, trying to go to the top. Am I where I'm at? Where I want to be at right now? No, I have to grind. And look, I want genuine people to support me. I want genuine people to love the content that I do. So for me, You know, I don't look at, you know, hey, I got 50, you know, over 5,000 subscribers. All right, cool. I don't look at that. I don't look at that. I look at my channel as being a one channel subscriber with no views. That means that
Yes.
I have to fight for viewers. I have to fight
Exactly.
for views. I
Yep.
have to fight for subscribers. And a lot of
Yep.
people don't have that. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people
No.
don't want to go to that point. And I'm just the opposite. I look at my channel as, and I talk about this a lot in my live streams. I believe my channel is small. I talk about how my channel suck because I feel that I could do better. I can make it better. I can.
And I'll just say this because so some of the people in the chat are going to move on to the next video.
Yes.
But I encourage you again to follow Eric, listen to the words that he said today, and then just look at his channel progression, and you'll see someone that is going to grind. The little details that people miss, like using a multiple camera angle because I want to be interesting to the viewer, using certain lighting or displaying a product a certain way so the viewer has better view. That's kind of what he does. And as T just said here in the chat, the really big successful doing it the right way, like T and Eric, do this because they're hard on themselves, you know. So I appreciate everybody coming by. If you're staying here, we've got a couple more questions for Eric. If you have any questions, please give them to him, because we could talk to Eazy all day. All day. But the thing is, we only have access to him when he's not filming or editing. Yeah. So I see Savage just, so I'm gonna continue talking. So when you get to a certain level, so like when you get to your level, and now the challenge is still beating yourself. You're really not setting the goals. Like, you think about 1 million subscribers, but that's not the reason why I'm doing it. It's to get better every video.
Right.
What do you think is going to be your challenge going into 2022? Let's say, like, through this year, what do you think you're going to have to do differently with your channel? Is it going to be hardware upgrades? Is it going to be more marketing? What do you think you're going to do? So
for me, my strategy is this: to get better at what I'm doing right now. That means that if I, leveling up to, better camera equipment, or better lighting, or maybe changing my background, or maybe something a little more fresher, something like that, or maybe dipping and dabbing into maybe, going into more storylines, or something like that. So my strategy is that I don't want to be at a straight and narrow. I want to kind of level up. So my plans for, the 2021 going into 2022 is to get better at what I'm doing, and look, what I did was I bought a teleprompter. Now, I don't read scripts, but I use bullet points. Because when I go back and I look at my previous content, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I'm rambling off saying the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, and you didn't want that, so and that confuses the viewer, so.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So what I did was I said, you know what, let me see if I could get it on the straight now, or get it a little more, a little more professional, but not being fake. And one thing that I try to express to all my viewers out there is that me is me. I'm gonna be genuine no matter what. I'm gonna stumble over my words. Yeah, I'm gonna do. At the end of the day, I want the viewer to look at me and say, "Hey, I'm following him on this journey."
Yeah,
and that's why I said it in my video. Get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey.
Yes,
I want you to feel what I want you to feel what I'm saying. Like the words that's coming out of my mouth. I want you to the vision.
Correct.
What I'm saying, how I feel. So that's why I put a lot of energy in it, because I can sit up there and say, yes, 865 processors, 8 gigs of RAM, 120. And the viewer like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Exactly, because it's like, you're not passionate about it. So why am I going to be excited for the product? The guy that's reviewing it is not even excited about it.
Yeah, man. He the only person I know who might own 2 and 3 of the same phones. Man, he got video with 2 LG wings.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, you
he
got an
he
airport over there
enjoys it.
stuck with two wings. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so
and
I
what
usually
about nine
buy I
Galaxy,
use
nine S9s?
yeah, so I usually get one or two three of the same phones, and sometimes I get one of the reasons why is because I used to have people do this to me all the time. Well, I used to buy one phone. People say, well, my Verizon or my Sprint unit did things differently to what you're saying. So what I used to, and I actually, I used to be crazy. I used to go out and buy the T-Mobile version, the Sprint version, the AT&T version, the Verizon version. So I used to get like three or four of the same phone because I wanted to see the difference in carriers and stuff like that. And
Correct.
you know, am I
Yeah,
going to get
because
an
you used to
update?
get people that would hound you in the comments though.
Yes, I
You're
used to
like,
get
well, I've
people
got
used
the
to holler me in
T-Mobile
the comments.
version. Yeah, yeah.
And so that was something that I had to deal with. Like, if I doing a video on the Verizon version, people hit me up and say, hey, my T-Mobile version, got updates and this, that, and other. So people used to hound me about that. So what I had did was I went and I bought different versions of the same phone on different carriers.
Yeah.
Weird. My wife
Yeah.
called it weird, but that's what I used to do. And
Can I ask you a quick question,
yeah.
Eazy? Rachel, and this has been happening a lot on Clubhouse in the last week. Speakers are going into reels and shorts on YouTube. So she's asking, do you think that's good marketing, or do you think it's just really a traffic generator to your channel?
And I'm gonna tell you what I'm not liking about shorts. It's a vertical short 30-second video, and it's going to be on your main channel. Now, I always thought that YouTube was catered towards watch time. And so shorts, I think, drops your watch time, if I'm not mistaken. And so I didn't want to mess with shorts too much just because of me dropping my watch time. And then plus, I already got social media. Like I got Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. So if I want to do marketing, I always try to market to other genres to try to get eyeballs because I don't know this. I'm not on the short bandwagon yet.
Yeah, and that's one thing, Miss Froller. I know I mentioned it to her, but I think we talked about this last night. One of the biggest problems is that it doesn't count towards watch time. So you're investing in something that what if that's what people start wanting to watch of yours and you're getting zero watch time from it?
I think the thing with shorts is they really trying to beat it. They're trying to compete with what's that with Instagram TV and what's the new thing?
Instagram and TikTok. That's what they're trying to do. They don't want to be left out of that bandwagon. But it shouldn't be the detriment to us content creators, right? That they don't want. So Shay has a question for you. What made you want to start a YouTube channel?
All right, so that's an interesting question, and that question is all right. So before I started a YouTube channel, I used to watch a lot of YouTube, and I used to buy a lot of product based off of what YouTubers said. Like, so go back into time. I remember when the iPhone first came out, and a lot of reviewers was talking about how the iPhone had good battery life, iPhone 3G and the iPhone 3GS and the original iPhone, which I have all those phones. So I'm looking at my iPhone 3G, right? And I'm looking at YouTubers on YouTube talking about how the 3G was getting them all day battery life. And I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get like 45 minutes of battery life. And so, okay, I'm like, maybe I got a faulty unit, swapped it out, same thing, no battery life. But I'm watching YouTubers talk about how they're getting all day battery life. Okay. And then when I saw that, watching a couple of content creators and they was, talk about different products and stuff like that. And I got the same product and I disagreed with some of it or I supported some of it. So what made me start a YouTube channel is like, okay, first of all, I need to start a YouTube channel to talk about, being genuine about the product that I have, right? Second of all, try to have a different perspective on the product that I have.
Correct.
So, and then, try to not be in the institutional type of way,
yes,
not being
exactly,
bought out,
exactly.
Try to be a independent YouTuber. Like I try to be an independent YouTuber, not being bought out by the companies.
Yes.
So, and because I didn't know that, and look, a lot of viewers don't know that. A lot of people, buy
No,
product
they
based
don't.
off what YouTubers say, but it's sometimes, it's a sponsored video. It's something that they
Correct.
got paid to say, something like that. So what I try to do is I try to stay genuine and be real about it. And so that would make me start my YouTube channels because I started off with a lot of product already. So I was okay to start a YouTube channel and say, okay, I think I can make it fresh. I think I have something else I can bring to the table. And so that's what made me start my YouTube channel. And I think I got lied to a lot on YouTube. And I just feel bad that some of the content creators that said things was not
Yes.
genuine.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I got to you. So I was watching a lot of the bigger YouTubers, and I come from a technical background, sort of like you, Eazy. So if you're saying something like that, something about a product, and it's because it's sponsored, and you're not saying that, and then I get the product, I'm not going to be. I know the difference enough to go, wait a second. What you said is not truthful. Not calling you a liar, but it's not truthful. So that's how I got to you and Jay Williams. And that's the reason why I like Technically T, Ben Lover of Tech, and all the people that are on your panel. That's why I watch the videos, because I want to hear the real. If I want to just lie to myself, I'll just say, hey, I bought this phone from Family Dollar. It's the best phone since sliced bread. And just lie to myself,
Yeah, the big YouTubers, like the ones you mentioned. Yeah, they more like they basically the cheapest way to like marketing almost. It's just like they paying people to sponsor their product. They throw a little dollar at them, and now
But
they
there's
just
nothing wrong with it. I understand people got to feed their family. So I don't
exactly.
I don't have an issue with people making money. I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue that the people out there that's getting sponsored and making money because they got to pay staff. I mean, look, I'm a one-man band, so I don't have a 10, 20, 30 people I have to pay. So I do understand that YouTubers out there, they have a large staff. You have to pay the people. So yes, you have to take industry money to do a lot of promos and stuff like that to pay your staff. That's understandable. I don't have no problem with that. And that's why I always look at myself as an independent, because independent YouTubers are always going to be real about a lot of different things because they're not getting paid to say certain things. So
Correct.
But yeah, I don't have no issues with a lot. I just felt that when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to bring a lot to the table. And look, but I still made some detrimental mistakes when I first started YouTube. It wasn't peaches and cream though.
Yeah.
So when I first started my YouTube channel, it wasn't peaches and cream. I mean, I sucked.
I had to highlight, based on what you're talking about, I had to highlight what Spectacular Gadget says. My favorite types of YouTubers is the ones that do it different, have their own style, and have fun. Yes, everybody on the panel and in this chat does love you, Spectacular Gadgets. We agree.
Yeah, so I watched Spec Tech.
She's awesome
on Twitter, and she was dancing, cooking, and her husband came in looking for the food.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was hilarious.
Speaking of that, see, that's the thing. What I love is how humble they are. What happened with, I don't know what it was. It was one video I was watching of Spectacular Gadgets where, everybody uses beats, right? So it was a beat that I was like, wait a second. Because I contacted her and I said, hey, you kind of took me out of the video because that beat was just hitting so hard. I forgot I was watching the video. Like I was up ready to dance and stuff like that. So she told me about her husband and I talked to him. He actually made me a 14-minute long beat about my YouTube journey. And literally like Eazy, I'll play it. I'll play it driving in the car. I'm just like, man, it was too cool. And I was like, so hey, much love.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, more than ever, with the pandemic and everything going on, you have a lot of people that want to start YouTube YouTube channels. It's because they're home, and they got a smartphone, an iPhone, a Galaxy phone, or a Motorola phone. It don't matter what phone you have. and you got a $20 tripod, and you just pop it open, and now you're making content. And once you get it to your video editing software, making it look pretty, and then you broadcast it to the world. And now you start that journey. You start the journey of now you have people watching your content, and but it's fun, man. Just make it fun.
Say Eazy. How hard was it to get the first 100?
Very hard, man. The first 100 is the hardest. The first 1,000 is even tougher. I mean, it literally took months, man, for me to get to 100 subscribers. I mean, months. It ain't like it took me a long time. I mean, I could tell you maybe my first year on YouTube, I think I did 1,000 subscribers. I mean, a year for 1,000 subscribers. So it's not a quick thing, man. You're not gonna, get 20,000 subscribers in 1 year. And I mean, look, they got people that do it, right? And they got a lot of people that do it, but in our genre, like the tech, content, look, man, we are a niche product, right? There's not a lot of people that watch a lot of, phone. We talk about phones and tablets all the time. Average consumer's not gonna just sit up there and watch YouTube all day about phones and tablets and computers and stuff. So we are in a very small market. So it's very difficult for us. It's harder for us to grow because of who we talk about. Now, technology is everywhere. So you can broaden your horizon on different tech genres, right? But we focus, a lot of us, and me, I focus on smartphones because I got 130, 40, 50 phones. So why not focus a lot on smartphones? But it's one of those things that if you are coming in the YouTube tech space, it's very difficult because you have the upper echelon channels that's going to get the product first. By the time we get the product, it's a month and a half later. The videos of about a lot of product has already been out. You've seen unboxings, you've seen reviews, you've seen camera reviews. Then all of a sudden it comes out to the mass consumer, and now it's out. It's a huge challenge for us to try to put out videos about a product that's already been reviewed. You think about that.
Exactly. That it is difficult.
It's the most difficult. It's the most difficult part of our job. Well, of our content.
Exactly.
And that's why I like when you go on the leaks. I think the leaks is one way that some people like. You have to find your way to navigate this world too. Like if you can't get the product, you got to focus on the leaks or the evergreen content. Like I know one of your best videos on your channel, Eazy, is how to install Windows 10. I mean, I mean, you just have to find some evergreen content in there and run with it too.
But the cool thing about the difference between us, regular content creators that have to go out there and buy product. Let's call it how we see it. You got a device that comes out. The bigger channels always get it a month in advance. They already dropped their content about it.
Correct.
Now it's ready for the mass consumer. We have to spend $1,500-$1,600 for that product, and then so at that point we have to strategize. How can I make my content different from what everybody can see, right?
Correct.
And so it's the challenge, the huge challenge. This is why I changed up my unboxings. I mean, the unboxing experience is different with you.
Yours is totally different than everybody else's.
Right?
Exactly.
So I had to change up my unboxing experience.
Hey, you changed it, man.
And they only have one flosser and everybody else. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
I do like how you just take a different approach.
Spectacular Gadget just agreed with you. She said some may say, well, this device is old. And her take is it hasn't been on my channel yet. I haven't done it yet. So she's going to give you a different take.
Yeah, that uniqueness factor is, I mean, that's the thing that separates the wannabes and the leaders.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
Exactly.
we have the advantage. I'm gonna tell you where we have the advantage, right? Usually, and like what Technically T say, usually by the time we get the product, the bigger channels are done with them. Like
They're
they
done with
are,
it.
you know, either sending
Yep.
them back or they moving on to the next product. So it's up to
Exactly.
us to tell a story, how we go deep into the product, we go detail into the product, case reviews and camera reviews, and give our thoughts and opinions about the product. So we actually have a better advantage because we go deep into details about the product
Exactly.
versus
Exactly.
a top YouTuber that give you an overview of the product. We
Mhm.
go into details and make countless of videos about the same product. I can tell you I've made hundreds of videos about, you know, I mean, I say 100, but I've made a bunch of videos about the same product.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
And think about how
No,
many
none.
times you've
I know
had
you
people
got a lot
say,
of no
"Hey,
none.
can you compare it to your old LG or something like that?" Like,
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, absolutely. And
yep.
that's one of the reasons why I keep yeah, I'm a phone hoarder, right? Yes, I am. This is one of the reasons why I keep different generations of the product. I mean, listen, I have, different generations. So I could go back and say, okay, I could take the, this say the Galaxy S8, Galaxy S9, Galaxy S10, Galaxy, S20. I got all four phones. So I can actually
Mhm.
go back to generation and compare and contrast something, how far the company have progressed in 4 years, right? So I could pull out a Galaxy S8, which I have one, and I think about how could I compare and contrast of what the company had done 4 or 5 years ago compared to today? So I look at those type of things too. And listen, man, I don't usually get rid of no product. Like I don't, and I think that's one of my biggest Achilles heels is that I hold on to product because I think about next year. I think about next year. I think about, okay, what's the next generation? How that's going to compare to the previous generation. So I always look at it like that. I
Mhm.
don't get rid
Yeah.
of nothing.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I do like that last video you did too with it wasn't your last video, the one with that you get to use the phone as a tablet. I mean, you could as a
Oh, yes. Yes.
display.
Yeah.
Man,
So, yeah. So if
I
you
know that's
missed
something.
it, Easy did a video. So we know we can have multiple monitors, right? But let's say, for instance, like to give you an example, I've changed my setup around. I have a smaller table. I don't need that small table, a bigger table. I don't really want to have two big monitors, but there's times where I want to have a little small one. Um, Easy covered a product called Space Desk. You just download the app on your phone, download it on your PC, and basically your phone or tablet becomes a second monitor. Like in Windows, it just thinks, okay, this is monitor one, this is two, this is three, and in a pinch, that's great. So little things like that, and
Yeah.
it kind of shows you the depth of Easy,
It
right?
was so
Because
funny.
go ahead.
It was so funny. I made and I don't know why they make a video about that longer until somebody asked me about it. So I've
Okay.
always been using that software. So I
Mhm.
have an iPad, I have an Android tablet, and I have a monitor. And when I'm doing my day trading and my swing trading
Correct.
during the day, I want to have charts up. I want to, have all kinds of different things. So I use the software, and I'm using a phone or a tablet, iPad as a second, third, fourth, fifth. And
Yes.
listen, I've connected this up to, wait, I'm now at 7 monitors,
Monitors
7
with the app.
streams
Yeah.
with an
Yeah.
app. And a lot of people actually, the only reason why I made that video, and I never thought about making that video, is because somebody asked me about, hey, Easy, should I go out and spend a lot of money on monitors? I'm like, no. You got an iPad? Yeah. Do you have an Android tablet? Yeah.
Mhm.
I just make it a
And,
monitor. Well, how the
and
hell
another
you do
thing
that?
good, well, I about to say another thing good about that is that it's like you actually got a chance to bring those old phones back out
Yeah.
to show that, if you have a Galaxy S5 sitting around, then you probably could use this app and put that phone back to work.
Absolutely. And it's the crazy thing about it, all you gotta do is set up on a tripod, use it for a secondary
Mhm.
monitor, and you just
Yep.
drag and listen, the performance is not, you only using it
Yeah.
as a
Yeah. The
secondary monitor,
performance
so
is
you're not
perfect.
worried
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
phone performance too much.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. And not only that, you can actually utilize the phone and run Windows
Mhm.
on the device as a computer, pretty much.
Yeah. So Rachel, yes. If the tablets support the app Space Devs, absolutely. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, so
So
I got
any
the
old,
video on my
yeah, go check
channel.
out the video
Go
on
check out
his
the video
channel.
on my channel.
Yeah.
And I made it as simple and as
Yeah, it's
easy.
simple to follow. Yeah.
Right. And by the way, that goes to the point of my different camera angles, right?
Correct.
So I utilized three or four cameras in that video, and I had one camera pointed towards my setup, one top-down camera, one headshot, and one side view or whatever. And so it's fun. But I made that video, and I love this stuff, man. And I do anything to help
I'm about
anybody.
to drop a direct link to that video for
I
Rachel.
got it right here.
Yeah. So there you go. It's in the chat. Now I've got Cecil's question. Now he's someone with multiple channels. What are your thoughts, Eazy, on multiple channels? Do you have any experience running multiple channels?
Yes. So I have a cake channel, and I have another channel called Eazy New Orleans Tech Guy. So I have a New Orleans Tech Guy. I got Eazy Computer Solutions, which is my main channel, and I have a Nola Cake Studio, which is my cake channel. All right. So running 3 channels is it's very difficult to do. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie to you. As a one-man band, it's definitely very difficult to do. The grind even goes harder because if you wasn't grinding before, if you got multiple channels, that means you have to try to give TLC to multiple channels, and you got to try to be consistent on multiple channels because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. It's called consistency, consistent uploads. So you have to, make 2 videos instead of 1. It's very difficult to do. And the only reason why I made New Orleans Tech Guy is because Eazy Computer Solutions, I was wilding out, and some of my mistakes, I was wilding out so bad on Eazy Computer Solutions that I got hit with a detrimental hit on my channel, and I couldn't stream for 90 days. All right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I got hit by YouTube really bad. So I couldn't stream for 90 days. And I started a new YouTube channel because I needed to stream. So I started New Orleans Tech Guy, and I was streaming over there. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to have 1 channel for streaming and 1 channel as my main channel. And after I came back, after YouTube kind of unspanked me, took me out of YouTube jail, I thought about this. I said, man, listen, I want to have 1 main channel, streaming, whatever. And the reason why it's so difficult to try to build 2 channels. I mean, you got 1 channel that's gonna have 50,000 subscribers, then you gotta get another channel up to 50,000. It's an unbalanced equation.
It's a balance.
I never saw that happen either. I never saw somebody, like start 1 channel and then wait for that channel to grow to a certain level and then start a second channel and then over the time that other channel, because it actually got to catch up to the first channel, and that's kind of like is almost impossible to do.
Yeah, but you know what? I can say that I can see where like a T, right? So like with you and T, you have something very in common, right? So you guys know tech, but you're running the cake business.
Yes.
T tech knows cameras. So it made sense for him to have a camera channel, right? You see what I'm saying? Take that away from his another channel, but yes.
TK.
So one of the reasons why I got a cake channel is the cake channel is all about promo, like promoting my business. It's all about promo. So the cake channel was all focused. And listen, I can't make a cake to save my life. I'm the camera guy. I have no clue on how to make a cake. It's a business that I own. It's my wife's passion. We own the businesses, but it's my wife's passion. I can't make a cake but I work in the cake business. I'm more the administration guy. So that's the only thing that and so my wife make the cakes and I filmed her. And so I did cricket videos, and that's part of tech. So I did like cricket videos on there. So it works great like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think I'm agreeing with TT, and you really bring a lot to the camera game, so I can see it jumping off.
But it's T fault that I'm buying all these cameras. Like him and Sean Be Nice. Them two guys, man, is the reason why I spend tens of thousands of dollars on cameras right now.
But it's not just they spend 10,000. It's the fact that T can make even a bad camera look. I shouldn't say bad camera. A decent camera look crazy. We're just like, oh man. It's like I told myself 2022. T trying to make me change the game. So,
I'm doing like he be doing. This is Eric right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that's funny. Look who's back. Look who's back, Eric. Eric, stay blaming someone for his purchases.
I got to. I'm telling you, because look, man, when I watch Sean B, I love Sean B Nice. Guy got a great channel. Man, but when I watch his channel, I got to hide the credit card, man.
Oh,
when he make his shit looks so. I'm sorry, I didn't want to curse. His stuff looks
that's fine.
Good. Yeah, right. His stuff looks so good. And the thing about it is, I want that. When I watch T channel, right? And so what I started doing is, I watching a bunch of videos about lighting and about their mics. I had an audio problem for a very long time. My audio was terrible in my videos. So I mean, I went out and I spent all this. I got these professional audio mics.
Yeah, correct.
Spending a lot of money on audio and stuff like that. Man, I got the Rode wireless gear. I got the whole Rode setup, man, and I bought preamps and all kinds, because my audio sucked.
Yeah.
And so I'd say, man, I got to do something about my audio. So what I did was I went out and I invested back. It's called investing back in your content, in your channel. Invested back into my channel.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. I know they was gonna roast me. I know they was gonna roast me. Look at Mike. I know Mike Nibb was gonna roast me.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm working on my audio right now.
Yeah, I'm very for. Well, you guys know. So, if I send something to Catwoman, she has no problem telling me like, your audio is garbage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even when I'm like, oh, I know it's bad, I say, no, it's really bad. We got to switch it up. So, but yeah, that was one of my challenges, getting my audio right and all that. But yeah, just to piggyback, T, I see Scoop's got a really good look on his channel, but T and Sean B definitely, Sean.
LaShawn got on the I-10, man.
Oh yeah, LaShawn as well. Yeah.
LaShawn, absolutely.
Yeah, LaShawn
man in the background, man. I'm telling you.
But you know what's so weird? That like LaShawn and a lot of content creators out there, their camera gear is cheaper than the smartphone that they got in their pocket. Think about this for a second. You spend $1,200 on the Galaxy S21 Galaxy S device. The camera gear, because they rocking the M50 with like maybe a 16 mil 1.4 aperture lens. That's under what, $800, under $1,000, and you got a perfect look.
Oh,
beautiful look.
Absolutely.
Sony's ZV-1, right? $800, all-in-one camera, beautiful look, beautiful.
You don't have to update it. You don't have to upgrade it every year either. Once you hey, you start off with something like this, $500 used on Amazon, or $500 used on eBay. You don't have to go get another one until you decide to move up to an A7 III or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't go Sony though. Everybody been pressuring me about this, but I can't do it.
Yeah, man.
I'm with Sony now, so I'm gonna stay Sony. And I got 3 Sigma lenses. So I've got the 30 mil, I got the 16 that I'm on right now, and I got the 56. So so I'm gonna stay Sony. I just have the 1080p. I don't have a 4K.
I have my Sigma right here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
say Star Wars. It's a Star Trek.
Yeah, it's Star Trek. It's Star Trek.
Star Trek theme. Star Trek.
Yeah, sorry. He's a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan too, but my looks has been Star Trek. And look, I love doing the green screen effects with Star
Yes.
Trek. It's just absolutely amazing how I could replicate my think about that. That's
Mhm.
like a one of the things when I sit up and watch Star Trek, one of the things I want to be on the Enterprise. Like I want to be on the, and I can create that. That's the most fun part about doing YouTube content is that you could create your fantasy,
Correct.
right? You
Yeah.
could create your fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I became the governor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how he became.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
became the governor, but that's how he came on it. It's like, hey, he was a big fan of Star Trek, and it's like
Yeah.
now he can do where he has two people and he's in the Enterprise or
Oh yeah.
whatever ship. Yeah, that's too cool.
Yeah. The green screen effects, man, I love it, man. It's very difficult to do, but once you master it, it becomes a little easier.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I love it, man. I can create something. Then when I go back and watch a video, I just in a million years, I go back 10, 15 years, man, and I think about when I used to sit up there and watch Star Trek all day, right?
Mhm.
And I always say, I want to be in space. I want to be on the Enterprise. I want to do that. And now I can create that. Like that is something that I know I can create. And it feels good, man. I love it.
I think.
Okay, look at this question that Sharky said.
Yeah,
Would it be
so
okay to focus on one or more subject on your channel? Have some diversity. He would like to do that, and then maybe have a separate collab channel, like with a local friend of his.
well, I would say
Well, the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm always focus on one subject.
Yeah.
But you run your channel the way you want to have, will have as much as
Yes.
you want to have on your channel to make you feel good and to make your content how you want to run your channel. You don't have to have separate channels for a lot of stuff. You can have diversity on one channel. So run your channel how you want to. Don't worry about the algorithm. Don't worry about the views and subs. Run it, have fun. So yeah, but the YouTube algorithm is always focused on more like one job. Like if I post a video about phones does good because the algorithm all found that my channel is focused on phones. But when I do headphones, it does terribly on views, but it don't matter. Like I just don't race after the view count. Just have fun at what you're doing. So
yeah,
And I can kind of speak to that too. If we look at Gigi, Gadget Goddess, YouTube was like, you're the fold case person.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, I that's not what I want to be. I enjoy the fold. I love the fold, but I'm going to do YouTube the way I want to do it. And she just kept pushing and she still grew.
Yeah. And look, though, the golden rule is to focus on one topic to get a larger audience. That is the rule. So once you grow your audience and they are just a smartphone eccentric, well, your audience go every time you post a smartphone video, that your audience go be there. So if you post something about headphones or maybe something like that, you have to try to take that headphone and merge it with the smartphone in order to get your audience in. But if you go off the cuff and you do something totally different, then yes, your smartphone fans won't watch the content. If you do something on, this say about even when I do like my camera, like if I do a DSLR mirrorless camera video, my smartphone people won't watch that.
Correct.
So that's very difficult when I drop a video about my DSLR. They don't want to see that, but
they don't want to see it. Yeah.
If you notice the way I do it, I put my DSLR against a smartphone. So when I put my DSLR against a smartphone, my smartphone people will watch.
Oh, exactly.
So what I try to do is I try to merge my audience of the genre that works. So I take my DSLR, put it with a smartphone. Look, DSLR people don't like that. People that you never supposed to put a mirrorless camera DSLR against a smartphone. But my audience want to see it. So that's the whole thing. So I'll take a professional DSLR or mirrorless camera, put it against a smartphone because I got a smartphone crowd. So if I take a professional camera and put it against a smartphone, even though the DSLR mirrorless camera community hates it, but my smartphone people love it. Exactly. So it's a different. You have to have different advantages. So what I try to do on my YouTube channel, and I had to figure this out, people, is that whatever your main focus is on your channel, try to merge what you reviewing to that main focus on your channel. So that's what I try to do, and it's been working very successful for me.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Randy Shear, the guy who used to do Uber videos. He used to do nothing but Uber, and he got up to around 50,000 subscribers, and he started doing car stuff. And it was an abrupt change.
Yep.
But I would say after about 75 videos, all on cars, his channel started to grow again. Now he probably has 275,000 subscribers. So if you want to change your content, you're gonna have to totally stop doing what you did before, and hopefully your new subscribers gonna follow, and it's gonna be a stagnant period, and then you're gonna start growing again. But you're gonna have to stay consistent, and really push out probably 50 videos before it can start moving again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm helping people today. I'm glad I'm helping.
Oh yeah,
people.
Hey, I know I've had you on since 12:30, so I'll only have you on for another 5 minutes.
I'm good, man. I love.
Oh, you good? Okay.
I'm good. I love the conversation. Listen, it's nowhere for me to go. I'm just going to film. That's it. There's nothing for me to do. So I'm good. I'm good.
What about the editing? What about the editing experience, man? I mean, I know when I first started YouTube, man, I just used to look at people's channels and be, man, this look great. Then I'd be like, man, I'm gonna drive down the street and I'm gonna change the camera and make it look. Get to the editor, and then I'd be like, man, it took me 3 hours just to put a word on the screen and animate it to go across the screen.
The editing part
take a lot of energy and time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I could tell you, for me, give you a point example. When I did the Eazy video, me talking to myself, the green screen video,
Evil Twin. Yep.
The Evil Twin video used to take me 2 days. That's a 2-day video. That's at least 20 or so hours of planning, filming, editing. Mm-hmm. That is a 2-day video. And the reason why is because when you're a one-man band, that means that you have to, it's a thought process. It's the planning process that literally take hours to plan. Then when you filming that part, when I'm filming my green screen videos with the Evil Twin, you have to remember it's a planning on 2 parts, because I have to do my part and the Evil Twin part. I have to change outfits. I have to film, and I have to have in my mind how to interact with myself, and I have to sync it together, which take hours to do. And then you have to put it on your video editing software and see if it's workable, if you got the lighting right. Can you chroma key it out? If the chroma key is not right, then you got to go back and refilm it. So the Evil Twin video that I did, that 1 minute part took me 2 days to do. Because the rest of the video was pretty simple. Yeah. But that 1 minute Evil Twin video took me 2 days to do. Yeah. I've made a Evil Twin video for the whole video was an Evil Twin video that literally took me 4 days to make, 4 to 5 days to make. It's a very long editing process.
And that's
let me say, so I know why, there's multiple camera angles. You have to make sure if the lighting, the chroma key, your green screen, the light hitting it. Now, would you say when you switched to that, would a DaVinci Resolve, a Filmora, would you feel it'd be easier to do it in certain? A lot of times people ask, sort of like Rachel, what do you think the easiest editing software is?
So I use 4 editing softwares.
Okay.
I use Camtasia.
Okay.
I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I use Final Cut Pro, and I'm starting to use DaVinci Resolve. And for me, I like Adobe Premiere Pro because I've learned the hotkeys. I've learned all the menus. I've learned everything about Adobe Premiere Pro, and it works great in my workflow. Now, I like Camtasia because Camtasia is so simple, so easy. The chroma key is really good.
Yes.
With it. So I like Camtasia. Now, if you're running Macs, then Final Cut Pro would probably be the best choice to go with. All right, if you're running Macs. So, and then for me, and the reason why I'm learning DaVinci Resolve is because I'm about to invest in some cinema stuff. And so I want to, once I get my cinema cameras, I'm going to go into DaVinci Resolve full time.
Yes,
so
full time. Yeah.
I could tell you.
So I would say, like, if you compare DaVinci versus a Adobe Premiere, it's not going to be as easy as something like iMovie. But I hate to use the term pay to play, but once you get to a certain level where you're adding
you got to get
the graphics, you have to kind of.
Man.
So Rachel, you have great resources. You can DM me. You can DM Tech Valor. You know, if you have any, like, if you're going to go down a path to kind of get help. You know, but like once you start to do certain things, you just have to go to the next level.
I mean, when you're using, different camera angles in 6 and 7 and 10 lines on your video editing software, I can't do that on an iPad, man. I
you
really
can't do it. You can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it because I have, I got 5 camera streams, right? I can't use.
Correct.
I can't. Yeah, my timeline on my video editing is large. I mean, I have so much stuff going on my timeline, and I can't do that on iPads. I can't do that on free software and stuff like that. I just can't do it. I tried, but for beginners,
gotten post production. And then you edit in a video, and then you get to the point where I wanted to say this. You wanted to make that last change.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That happened to me so often, man. And be like, that's where you learn techniques like cut to a picture, and then you do a voiceover.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why I have so many cuts on my videos.
Right. So what I try to do is I look at seamless transitions. When I'm doing my videos, I look at really. So if I make a mistake in a video as I'm editing, right, I always try to cut out, go to B-roll, go to different camera angles. I try to go to seamless transitions because I want my videos to catch the viewer as a good seamless experience. So look. To be honest with you, usually when I turn on my cameras, I'm literally talking for 30 minutes. I take that 30 minutes and I condense it down to under 10 minutes.
Yes.
So that's key for everybody. That usually most content creators will talk bullet points and give thoughts for a very long time as they record themselves in the editor. When you edit your videos, you kind of condense it down. You get rid of the riffraff stuff like that, and you try to make it a seamless experience. So what I try to do is I try to look for stuff that unnecessary things that you could edit out, like pulling the plastic off a box, or something like that. I always look at that. That maybe about 10 seconds or 15 seconds of video that I could just take out.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the thing was, if you do it for 30 minutes, you can also take out like the obvious like repeats, like as we're in the flow and you repeat something or you stumbled on something, you said it again, so you knock those out. So I'm a big proponent of that as well, letting the camera roll and then editing it, instead of going, I'm gonna stop and record until I get this perfect.
Oh no,
you'd be there all day.
I actually say I might say in the video, like if I say something wrong, 3, then I might say I'm gonna edit that part out, and then you hear me saying I'm gonna edit it out. So that's letting you know that I left it in the
On
video
purpose,
on
yeah.
purpose because this is just so I could get better at my presentation.
Absolutely.
You know, like I used to curse a lot in my videos, and that's another thing. You know, the YouTube algorithm they will make it hard to get monetized if you use bad languages, and you know. But I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be. They had this thing called an adpocalypse that about back the beginning of the year, and when they did the beginning of 2019, I think they started cracking down on people who had curse words. That was around the Logan Paul issue.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now
the Logan Paul issue. Yeah.
where they're starting to allow a little more flexibility with the language on on our channels now. But still, I still wouldn't just go drop F-bombs, especially don't put
T
them.
come in here with the
Yeah,
fresh
I know. That was it. If you hadn't said that, I was like, T. That's what T. I thought T was just coming in here to educate
It
us.
was
T's
haircut
like,
day.
I gotta
Yeah,
come in
man.
here and
Nah,
blow,
man.
boy.
Nah, no do rag on, man. No, I ain't even got the rag on, man. What's good with y'all, Savage?
What's good?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, yeah.
He coming with he got the razor blade lining going on right now.
Yeah.
Man, it's fresh.
So
cut
you
time.
hear the conversation. I know you wanted to jump in. There's
Yeah,
probably a couple of things,
I'm always ready to jump in when we talking about some YouTube stuff, man.
She had kind of was instrumental for me getting the 6400 too. I talked to him.
Yeah, I love that thing.
Fault, man. That's one of the reasons why I'm into all this stuff now. When they come down to camera, T and Sean be nice, man. Them
oh
two
my
guys.
God.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. They'll get you right. Trust me, they'll get you right.
Get you right, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I had to jump on, man. You know, I've been here for almost when you first started, and I've been
Yeah,
in
no, that
the
was
background.
good.
So I was like,
and that's one thing that I've always pointed out, because that was one of the questions that people asked me. It's like, hey, why are you going to this stream and this stream and this stream? And I'm like, dude, when I see T's got a big channel and he's taking his time to go to another channel, I'm like, hey, the least I can do is do my due diligence and go to his stuff,
Oh nah, yeah. Now I listen to everybody's streams. I just mostly listen in the background. Like Wednesday when Eric, I listen to it. It's always in the background.
It's in the background,
like every single time, man. That's kind of the way I say what's up, and then I just leave it in the background.
Yeah. So what was probably jumping out at you the most? We talked about a lot of different things, just from your experience, being on this grind for the last several years. Anything that kind of jumps out of you at first, or?
I was talking about like what you guys were talking about.
Yeah. Or if there's something that you that we said it sparked something else. It
was just real good conversation, man. I always like to just do YouTube talk and conversation because you guys know I look at it a more blank, like a very blunt way. I don't really get involved with the analytics and all that stuff. You guys just know my thought about it, and I just look at YouTube at a different way for people who want to start, for people who are doing it. I'm just more cut and dry with it, and that's kind of I just always like to hear what people have to say or just be a part of a conversation where somebody's talking about YouTube. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I definitely
what I always appreciated about you, not just because of how you do your videos and stuff like that, but what I appreciate about you could tell that T is very serious about what he's doing on YouTube. He checks his appearance on screen. His audio and his video, like you don't really see T anywhere with his video and audio not on point, and he's asking you like, hey, I'm gonna test this out real quick because I'm not.
No, man. You should see, I'm such a stickler when it comes to video stuff in the background.
Yes,
I'm so stickler about that. Like I like stuff to be clean and that's just me. That's just me.
And
anyway,
I struggle with that. I struggle
about stuff in the background.
Would you struggle with?
I struggled with before I had this setup here. I struggled with that, man. Try to, my backgrounds and my camera. And look, I'm gonna tell you about lighting and stuff like that, man. Look, I got freaking lights, man, just so I could have that one light shine here, try to have the dark look here. Look, man, I struggled for a while, man, for many videos to try to get that look, man. And look, to this day, I still struggle with trying to get that look, man. And this is one of the things that, I struggled with audio for a long time. I struggled with video for a long time. And man, I opened up the checkbook. I didn't care how much money I had to spend on this stuff.
Yeah, you just wanted to make sure.
Right. And so for me, I it's a blank checkbook for me to get it right, and that's so I don't care how much it costs. I mean, this thing is a professional, boom mic. I mean, I don't care if I spend 10 grand on getting it right. I want it right, and so for me, it's my biggest challenge to get it right. And so right now I'm at the stage where I have it okay. I'm still not comfortable with what I have. So for me, this is why I've set my budget to go to the next level. And for me, I want that look, and I'm okay. I think I'm about halfway there with the look that I want. I'm not there. I think I got my audio right, because I went out and bought preamps, and I went and bought a whole lot of stuff to try to get my audio right.
So your audio sounds on point. Yeah.
Right. But I struggled with that. I was using the camera preamps, which suck. Everybody said the camera preamps suck. So I struggled with that for a long time. And so what I did was I went out and bought mixes and preamps and stuff like that. So my next thing was, okay, what's the best boom mic? What's the best mic? So I went all in on Rogue, but I went and bought a professional mic because I wanted to get something professional. And it wasn't about the expense for me. It was about getting the right equipment for what I do. That's all, for me. I think I look at that. I want to get something done right. I wanted it right. So for me, I wanted it's no money. I don't care about how much it costs. I just want it right. So and I struggle with that because I watch, a lot of channels, man, and I watch TV show, man, they stuff look good, man. I'm like, I struggle with that, man. And I applaud them because they real deep camera guys, they know the settings and stuff like that. I learned how to do this on my own. I just watched and I studied it and stuff like that. And again, this was my struggle. And even in 2021, it's a struggle for me. It's a really struggle for me. And my wife don't like it, but I.
I understand. It's funny. Spectacular Gadget said she still uses the iPhone, but the thing about Spectacular Gadget is that a lot of people that use smartphones, she uses it correctly. A lot of people grab these smartphones, they still have auto focus, auto white balance on. You can see it in the videos. You don't see that, and she's got her lighting on point, so she's made the best use out of that camera, and it comes across in all of her videos.
It's the difference between when I used to shoot with smartphones and when I switched when I spread professional gear, it was like night and day for me.
It's a level up. That's all. And that's all I see with different people. Like it's people like, oh, you're shooting with this and that. But I started shooting videos on my LG V10 or whatever when I first started 4 years ago. Then I moved up to a Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Shot all my videos on that for a very long time, and then I bought the SL2, and then I bought like a Canon M200 or something like that, and it was slowly leveling up. And people see, oh, you spend all this money on cameras. I'm like, but you don't realize I started shooting on smartphones just like most people. Like I just took to a way of I wanted a certain quality on my videos, and that's just the way I like to do things. You see what I'm saying? Like not even when it comes to YouTube. It can be things on my car, things in my house. I like my stuff to be at a certain quality. So that's the reason why I buy what I buy. This camera, $3,500. Did I need this camera? Absolutely not. I do not need this camera. But why? I wanted it because it was. I've saved up for it. I worked hard for it. I've been grinding on the channel. I slowed down now a little bit, but I wanted it. It was a want for me. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and get it, but I want my videos to be a certain quality, and I know I can keep this camera for years, so I don't have to worry about anything no more about camera.
Exactly.
I was starting to let gear get in the way of me making content, and I hated it. And it was like a mindset I was going through. I'm like, okay, you're trying to find a perfect camera. There is no perfect camera. Let me just get the camera that I know I want, and then I'm done. Now I'm done with it. So now it's just other little hurdles to get over when it comes to the channel to get me going back consistently. But man, gear is just however you want to do it. If you want a camera, go out there and invest in a camera. If you don't, use your phone. This is really all what you're
just learn your camera. If you're gonna do right, if you're gonna make that investment, learn your camera.
Learn it. Exactly. Absolutely.
So
but you'll see the detrimental mistakes that people when when they use smartphones, and obviously when they don't know how to use pro features on the smartphone, you do see that. You do see that, and you know, I did the same thing. You know, a lot of rookie mistakes that we use in smartphones. And they don't know how to use pro mode. They don't know how to set the shutter speed. They don't know how to set their white balance, and aperture and stuff like that. It shows. It shows because I mean, if you go from a bright scene to a dark scene, you do see smartphones try to compensate for that scene, and you see flickering and autofocus problems, and you see all kinds of things. And so that would make me got out of the smartphones because of those issues like that. But I started using stuff like Filmic Pro on my smartphones. And the reason why I use Filmic Pro is because Filmic Pro and MC24, those are another pro apps. They had the pro features that you can lock white balance, you can lock, all your settings, so you don't have those issues. Even with that, I started going manual focus. I got out of autofocus. It's because autofocus was killing me. You put a product in front and it wasn't focusing on that product, and so now you got a blurry shot. And so it's the smartphones was killing me, man. And I shot with smartphones for years, man.
But it's as a consumer of both of your content, I appreciate how your videos look and how the content has gotten better over time. And one thing I appreciate with you, T, is I know you can be not just, oh, does it look good? But you could also be thinking, okay, well, if Sean be nice, or if this camera guy sees it, they're going to notice X, Y, Z. Whereas like someone like me is just like, man, this looks great.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad you're able to still release it and go, hey, this is still a good video by YouTube.
I was literally asking them the other day, Sean B, about what shooting modes that he shoot on and different things. Cause I can look at my videos and point out so many flaws. And people don't even realize it. I can look at it and be like, something's going on right there. You know what I mean? But the average person hasn't even seen it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like, I don't even try to let it get in my way. These days, I've been just trying not to let that get in my way anymore. If the video isn't perfect, it's not going to be perfect. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of going away from being such a stickler about how it looks and everything to getting the content out and just being more of me on camera. So my future videos are going to change. You're going to see the way I talk, the way I do everything is going to be a complete. You're going to be like, hold on, who am I watching? Because I'm not doing it for like, that YouTube voice. I'm not doing that anymore. You're gonna get just raw tea on camera. I'm not trying to appease to anybody. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm starting to let gear just be the gear, and I'm just gonna start making the videos I want to make. You know what I mean? So,
you know what? And I did that.
You gotta switch up a little bit.
I did that mindset back in I think 2020 when I switched from smartphone to DSLR. So when I made a change on my channel, I'm saying we were like T. I wanted to have this me. And look, I'm gonna tell you, the videos you watch, it's me. It's not, me trying to.
I can't do it.
I just like the way I do it. Like it just feels so fun. When you go back and look at your own content, the old versus the new, how things have progressed, how things look better, it sounds better, it's a little more, it's a little more laid back, and now I'm just enjoying myself, having fun. And look, I'm gonna tell you, for me, I struggle with a lot of things, like outfits. Hell, I'm glad I got this background with the. I got 4 outfits up there. All my videos, I'm gonna wear 4 outfits. That's it. I'm not going. I gotta go get this outfit because people might complain that I'm wearing the same shirt all the time. No. I got it down to a science that I don't. Those are things that I don't have to think about anymore.
Yeah.
So
small stuff, man.
I'm trying to make it easy. Easy.
Yeah, easy. Is it
easy? Yeah.
Is it? You don't want to sit there and set up and just be like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get on camera. You know what I mean? And sometimes I feel that way. You know what I mean? And sometimes when I haven't recorded in a long time, I can feel myself forcing myself. I'm like, T, stop. Like, just talk. You know what I mean?
But the thing that you guys have done, and even if it wasn't intentional, but I know it was, just listening to you guys over the last few years, I just put your channel there. One thing that I love is how to make it easy you have a top-down setup for a product when you are doing
all
your
right
top
there.
down. You see what I'm saying? You
all
have these different, instead of going, I'm gonna move this, I'm gonna totally
No way.
disconnect the setup,
No.
and then you be killing yourself doing that.
Exactly.
You know,
and I gotta get a B cam. The only thing I just gotta get another camera to put on my top down rig. So anytime I want to record a top down, I just wheel my chair over here, put my camera on it, cut my lights on, boom. But I need to get a camera so where I ain't got to my like Dream World. I want 3 cameras. I want my main camera, one for overhead, and one for streaming. So where I don't have to move anything.
So you don't have to move anything. You're just ready to go.
No camera. Yeah. So that's kind of like by the end of the year, I'm gonna not by the end of the year, by the summertime, I have 3 cameras. To where I don't have to move a single camera nowhere except just turn this on, turn that one on, turn this one. You know what I mean?
I hate having a switch and having to switch cameras out.
It's aggravating, man.
So that was my whole plan of thought. And believe it or not, I have my whole studio set up that I'm ready to go. I sit in my chair. I have remotes. I got remotes for all my cameras. I click on my remotes. I'm recording. I'm good. I have 5 remotes. So I click, 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 everything running, and I'm good. Turn on the lights, I'm good. And then once I offload them, I delete everything on my my memory cards. I'm ready to go. I can start like streaming and stuff. I sit in my chair, press a button, I'm good to go. I have myself set up for the next video. I'm already ready to film.
And you don't know how many. So I don't know what it is. Easy, because I just crossed 100 subscribers, right? So I don't know what it is, but I get a lot of the smaller YouTubers that are bigger than me that they'll send me their videos to look at. Like I got one last night during LaShawn's stream. I get one in yours, and a lot of times what I'm telling them is like, wait a second, you went from a talking head to a top down, and the angle was wrong because you used the same thing and you had missed your mark. I'm like, you need to have one top down setup. And then one, and make it easy. You're killing yourself right now. And just some learning things like that. Exactly.
Just put it in. If they don't have the time to do it, just put it in auto mode.
Exactly.
Well, a lot of people try to have the vision of if they're doing a product review. Especially if you have one camera. And look, it's so crazy. You could actually, if you got. And I know I'm about to say this is going to sound crazy. If you got 3 phones, right, you could actually do this with 3 phones or even 2 phones, front camera and the B cam with a smartphone. You could do it with smartphones, man. It ain't even about the professional gear. You got a smartphone that's a top down, and you got a smartphone point towards you, and you can actually have a cam and B cam, which is a product cam. What's 2 smartphones, 2 iPhones? You got an old iPhone, the new iPhone. You could. It's not about spending thousands of dollars on the cameras.
I don't tell anybody to do that.
No, you don't. No,
you do that. Don't do that. don't do what I did. Don't spend what. Don't do that, man. But yeah, I see some comment.
You want to pull it up? Okay, let's see.
No, I just say not me. No, I not at all. You know what I mean? I'm not that deep into it. I'm not
looking for
that's more Sean B. Sean B is trying.
Definitely. I just like my videos to look a certain way. You know what I mean? Like that's all it is. It's just like I like a nice clean picture. When I first started getting the cameras, I'm like, I really like this look. And then I just started improving until I still have crazy improvements to do when it comes to filming and different things like that. But me personally, I don't.
Well, one of the things that a lot of me might be making a comment towards me as far as commercial film is because when I do my cinematic footage videos, these are fantasies I be having in my head to try to do smooth panning. That's why I bought sliders, right? Because I want a smooth panning and stuff like that, and because it looks so goddamn good. Oh man, one thing that I like once you put it together and you see some of the cinematic videos out there. It just looks, and I just want to. It's just a fantasy for me. That's why I mimic it so much. It's because I want to see if I could do it myself. So that's why I do it because I just love doing it. It looks so good when you put it. Once you finish editing, you could do a little color grading and making it look that good cinematic look. It's very difficult with smartphones, by the way. But when you have a professional gear, you could do some good color grade. You could shoot in raw, flat, all this stuff like that, and add some color to it and make it look cinematic. And this is one of the reasons why I'm changing my camera gear. Right? I don't have no profiles on none of my cameras that I can shoot like this. I got
not to mess with you, but T told you go Sony. You'd have some profiles, so you went Sony.
Well, I'm going.
Just throwing it out there. I don't want to push the issue, but
I'm going cinematic, man. I'm going straight. I'm going black magic.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's all kind of a personal preference. Some people don't want to deal with the camera. I'm gonna tell you what, some people don't want to deal with the camera, but I bet if they sat down and recorded with a camera and saw that quality, they'll be like,
oh yeah, you're right.
I can get this.
See, some people don't think, I never want a camera. You say that until you sit in front of a camera and you be like,
I'm gonna tell you. So go ahead, Eazy, and I got something after.
The look you have and the look I have, I can't mimic this with a smartphone, by the way. You have it when I watch Scoop,
can't do it,
and I watch LaShawn, and I watch you got you cannot get that look with a smartphone.
And I had just so everybody sees. So I don't have a cam link on my Sony A6000. I've got the cheap, like little $8 to $18 capture card. When I record it straight on, like what I'm seeing now in playing back to me versus what I see when I take the SD card from a recording, I'm like blown away. There's no way I could get that from a phone,
right?
So
yeah, I mean, and this is something the way I look at it as, and I know we can probably move on. I know we can get stuck on cameras forever, man. But as something that I look at it is like me personally, I'm starting to transition to where I focus on my channel more as a business. Like I just created TikTok. Like I'm gonna start doing my content everywhere. My content also, as of recent, is going on Amazon now as well as YouTube. So all of my case reviews now will be going on Amazon. So I treat my stuff as more like a business. And when companies see that you care about your quality, that matters too. Like companies, if you want, I'm not saying that you have to get the best quality to get brand deals or anything like that, but I will tell you for sure that companies, if they look at your videos, they see that you actually care about your content and they care about your quality, where you have just that extra bit of quality, sometimes can make a difference, man, if you want to take this thing serious.
You bring in a good point, because I get so many offers to now than I ever did before.
It makes a difference, man.
Don't never stop with brand offers and stuff like that. Because I changed the quality and up the quality a little bit, stuff like that. And so you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right when it comes down to it.
It's just little stuff to think about, not just I like shooting my phone. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's
me,
fine.
I wanted a little bit more. You know what I mean? I just wanted more for myself, more. I just wanted just a little bit more. So for me, it was just like, you can get stuff on. I'm not knocking on smartphone content. That's start off there, but just never rule the fact of
don't rule it out.
Do not rule it out.
Yeah, I
don't.
Agree.
I'm telling you, do not rule it out. So
I agree with you. And one of the things that I had to learn the hard way, and I tell you, when I go back, and even when y'all post a meme of me sitting with Popcorn World, the video I did for I go back and look at that video. Oh my God! Even though it was promoting LB and everything, the quality on that video was absolutely horrendous. And I shot that with a smartphone. I think I shot that with the Galaxy S10 or something like that. I don't know. And I used Pro Mode, but the quality was terrible. Oh my God. Every time I see that video, I look at why I wasn't growing and why my channel didn't stick out. It's because of the quality of content, even though I had a good storyline. Storyline was great.
Well, so that goes to this kind of follow on your. So I was watching you and Jay Will, right? So I had caught I don't know who else was on this live stream. I can only remember TK was saying something to T like, no, you got to go film a couple of case videos because T was like, I got to leave the broadcast. So I was like, who is this T guy? So I started watching and I saw his quality, and then it was like, I know TK was talking about cases, but I want to hear what he has to say about other things. So I was receptive because I kept getting hit with like, this guy is honest and he's hitting with me quality. This is content I want to watch.
Right.
So
it's a good thing, man. I'm gonna tell you. So going from a beginner YouTube content creator, you have to think about, okay, how you go plan your videos. It's planning, execution, leveling up, right?
Yeah.
It's all about, especially if you want to be in it for the long haul, like, you know, planning, having fun, you know, filming your videos. And then once you start getting into, you know, 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years, and then you have your people that support you, your super chats, and you know, people getting into your, you know, start investing in you, right? You take that investment that people they love your content, but okay, it's time to take that investment, that pool of money that people are, you know, investing in you to level up. That's how I look at it. I look at it that, okay, you know, my super chats here, my members only chat, you know, my Patreon chat, you know, all that pool of money, take that money and you put it in, reinvest it into your, you know, get better camera, better gear, better lighting, and stuff like that. You know, because look, smartphones and product it's so expensive, man. You know, something is expensive, man, and that's a lot of things that you have to think about. A lot of content creators start YouTube with the assumption that company's going to send them free product. Guys, y'all got to get that out of your head. You're not going to get nothing for free.
Oh,
you got to put the work in. You got to grind. If you're not willing to invest in product reviews, you can always do all kinds of other different tech things. Yep. I think a lot of people want to. And look, the detrimental issue, people used to email me and tell me this all the time. How many times that they added a line to their accounts just to get the product? People got 10 lines, 15 lines on their account because they try to get the latest and greatest phone.
I made that mistake in the beginning.
They add a line. Exactly. Now, that phone shelf life is 6 months. That means you got to pay 2 years for a device that you just added to your account. That is the wrong thing to do.
That's the wrong thing to do.
Don't add lines to your account thinking that you're going to blow up on YouTube.
There's people who still doing that too.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, you should not do that, man. That's just a bad. I did that. Luckily, I had the means and the career to just get out of it. Like, all right, I'm done. Let me close these lines. Let me pay these off. I'm done. Boom. And I'm done. I'm like, I got the money to go buy these things. Why don't I just save up? You know what phone you're going to come out, save up a little bit, boom, and get the phones. But you can mess up. That's just the wrong way to go about it, because it's just like it's like the fear of missing out. It's a FOMO thing, right? Like
exactly.
People, you got to do anything by any means to get the new phone to
get the new phone. And $100 cell phone bill up to over $1,000.
Trying to keep up. You can't win that way.
Can't do it. Can't do it, man.
That $1,000. I mean, we'll pay $1,000 on a phone bill, man.
But people,
people are doing it.
It's like if you plan accordingly. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I planned when I got the Note 20 Ultra. I not that I made myself, but I told myself I'm gonna do so much content on it, I'm gonna make it pay for it. And I did so much content on that Note 20 Ultra, I paid for that phone basically twice.
Yeah,
I could have paid for it twice because I knew, I said, if you put the work in and just do the right videos, you can get the money back. So if you're gonna go out there and do that, you better make sure that the content that you're gonna make is gonna be able to afford you to pay that off. Correct. Or do whatever you want to do. So if you want to start a line, whatever, do what you do. That's your own business. But at the same time, you better make sure you do enough content worth it to where you're able to make it worthwhile. That's all I'm saying. Yes. Make the content worthwhile, but do not do that bunch of lines mess, because I did it. And I only have 2 lines now on my line. Actually 3 with like my iPad and stuff, but I'm about to close one of my phone lines down to where I only just got 1. Like I don't need all of these. And that's part of my whole channel, the way I'm gonna slowly change. I'm probably gonna shoot that video today. It's just being more selective at the products that you get. You don't have to get everything. Like, you don't have to force yourself to get every phone. You see what I'm saying? Like,
because everybody else is getting it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, why am I forcing myself to get a phone that I don't even want? Like the S21 Ultra, I didn't want that phone. I
didn't want that phone.
I was bored, so I was like, let me review it, but I didn't want it. You know what I mean? So it was just like, you really have to make sure. And like what Eazy said in the beginning, man, people don't realize you got to spend money to actually. You know how many cases I bought? You know how many hundreds of dollars, probably thousands of dollars of cases I bought when I first started the channel? I bought every case for myself until Case Brand started to reach out to me. I mean, I was a channel with 0 subscribers. Why are they gonna send me something?
Yeah,
So
you're right.
people think they can just sit back and let it all come in. But
That's what I
gonna
feel
be.
bad about. I'm glad that you guys are on kind of preaching and people can even watch the replay because they need to hear that. It's like you don't have many subscribers. Why are they going to send? What differentiates
Why?
you from a bigger?
Right. Go
they
buy
want people to see it. You don't
Yeah.
have any
Yeah.
subscribers. Who's going to be
Just
watching?
spend a few bucks every month, every week or so. I'll spend a few bucks, get a few cases, and that's when I was doing those videos individually. That's how I spread out with content. That's like me taking an example when I do my speaking case videos. It's a 30-minute video, but I'm doing 10 cases. Back in the day, I did every case separate to get each and just to get content
have the content out
get
there.
the content out, and then they like, hey, this guy keeps doing videos on my cases. I'm gonna reach out to them.
That's a jewel of the tip for the newer people.
Just a little bit, like stretch all the content that you can in the beginning on any product you have. People aren't going to think anything funny of it because you don't have any subscribers. You see what I'm saying? So what does it matter? Just get the content out, and then man. And then one thing that I want to talk about, I don't know how long the stream is going to go on, but just how to start your own channel. I got a whole
if you want to talk about it, go ahead, because that's kind of what people.
I don't want to get too long with it, and I don't know if anybody in the chat. I know a lot of people already have a channel in the chat. Spec Tag Mems, GG. They already got channels. But for the people who don't have a channel, man, and I thought about making a clubhouse room to talk about this because I always say that it doesn't matter what you do when it comes to YouTube. I'm a very serious person when it comes to your mental health when it comes to YouTube. Okay. I'm a person who pushes that so hard because I have been through ups and downs on YouTube. You don't even realize how many times I've had the mouse hovered over the delete channel button and I was going to delete it. I'm talking about this in a past few months ago. That's how rough I had going through YouTube, just on some personal level, different things like that. But if you want to start a YouTube channel, man, you have to make sure your mental is in it because it doesn't matter about any people get too worried about YouTube tips. They get too worried about YouTube strategy and this SEO and then having the perfect thumbnail and having the perfect title. Look, just forget all of that. Just get all of that out of your mind. All right. Like just like I said on Twitter today, people spend so much time looking at tips and tricks. Just cut the damn camera on and film. Just cut the camera. Who cares? Like just cut it on. You will learn along the process. Like and I hear it so much in Clubhouse, and it blows my mind. That's why I want to start a room. There's so many people who are like, I want to start a channel, but I'm so overwhelmed because I'm hearing so much.
They're hearing so much.
You're sitting in these rooms all day long, just taking in information that you have so much information that now your mind is just overcrowded and you can't even go cut the camera on. So I tell people, don't spend all of your life sitting in these rooms, watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out the perfect strategy. So when your first videos come out, they're going to be absolutely perfect. It is not going to be perfect. Just cut the camera on and just make your videos. You are going to learn all of those little things along the way. You're going to learn how to get better with thumbnails. Thumbnails is an ongoing learning process. You just don't learn the perfect thumbnails and be good at it the first day. You're going to learn them over time. You're going to learn to title your videos to entice the click. You're going to learn how to make your videos searchable. Like you will learn these things, but you can't learn getting comfortable and having the right mindset of just cutting the camera on and just making videos. So that's something that I'm like really passionate about. And I hate that people just have to think that, oh, I'm going to be the next Mr. Beast, or I hate that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, are you serious?
He is the staple of YouTube success. That's not the staple of YouTube success. I don't want to get into that, but it's just like, you're not going to be him. You're not going to be viral as him. You're not going to grow as fast as he did.
Yeah.
You can only do what you are going to do. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's so much miscommunication when it comes to these YouTube.
I agree. Yeah.
And I'm not.
I'm so glad that you guys came to that. This is people need it. I got a call from a guy that I think is got a good size channel, and it was basically the equivalent that he said, well, I know what to do now. I'm just gonna be LeBron James. It's like, no, you don't just become LeBron James overnight. It's like, just because this guy has like 30 million subscribers doesn't mean you're just going to do what he does and everybody's going to flock to your channel. Are you kidding me right
now? What's the young kid that just started a channel? Top Tech Kid.
Yeah, Top Tech Kid.
I had a long conversation with him on the phone. I hate that people kept saying he's the next MKBHD. No, he's not the next MKBHD. Just because he's young and black and has a YouTube channel.
No, doesn't mean. And this is not to put him down.
It's not. But I told you're going to be the best top tech geek. You are not the next MKBHD. And he understood exactly what I was saying. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, stop letting people. Oh man, I don't want to go long with it, but it's just, I tell people, look, man, if you want to start a channel, because this is something I kick myself about. I wanted to start a channel back in 2005. There's no telling where I would have been by now if I would have started. But I probably would have been doing it full time, honestly. But it's just like, I wish people would just stop thinking that they have to have everything perfect on the YouTube tip to just start a channel. People get so worried. I'm in these clubhouse rooms. It's like, oh, I don't know what to do. How many videos do you have? I got 3 videos. You haven't even did anything yet. You haven't even put in no work yet to even have to even get a diagnosis, see what's wrong with you. So have your mental right. Just cut the camera on and film. Don't worry about if it's going to be perfect. Your first videos are going to be absolutely trash, and they will get better over time. Like,
so what would you suggest for like Cecil has a question? You and Eazy. If you, let's say when you start a new channel, you upload 10 videos, would you take a pause and look at the channel now and then reevaluate and make small adjustments, or
keep on making videos? I wouldn't stop at 10, because 10 is nothing. Keep on going.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Don't even stop at 10. Just keep going. You're going to know. Keep going every day. Look at your analytics. I'm not saying that anybody just not look at analytics. I'm not saying that at all, because everybody wants to grow. You know what I mean? But at the same time, just make the videos, just like Roberto Blake. And I hate to quote like the YouTube gurus, but I love what he says is make 100 crappy videos. Until you make 100 videos that's trash, it may not be 100, it may be 20, it may be 50, but it also depends what you want out of YouTube. But at the same time, I feel like people just need to focus more on just cutting the camera on and just starting than worrying about everything being perfect. It's a learning process. Look at anybody's video that started into where they are now. It's night and day difference. You see what I'm saying? Just like Gigi said, stop overanalyzing it. And I find myself doing that right now. That's why I'm taking a step back and be like, all right, T, wait a minute. You started to get too much invested in it. Like, this is my full-time job, and it's not. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't pay the bills. This helps the bills, but this don't pay the bills. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you got to just kind of take the edge off a little bit, man, and just begin. Stop being your own worst critic. And we all are, but you're putting yourself in the way, man. So
I got over 2,000 videos on my YouTube channel, and about 1,950 of them are crappy. So I mean, if that helps everybody, I got 2,000 videos on YouTube, and about 1,950 of them are bad.
You always make the next video better than your last video.
That's all I said I was going to do these days. Like, what's your thing? Make the next video better than my last.
You change your camera angle. Yeah.
That's my goal now. It's like to make each video better. Everybody asks like, what's my channel goals for the year? I'm like, I'm done with subscriber amounts. I don't care about getting a subscriber amount. I'm done. Like, if I get to 40K, fine. You know what I mean? If I get to 50, fine. But I don't care. That doesn't. Yeah, you just focus on it. I just wanted to make each video better than my last and have fun doing it. You know what I mean? The subscribers is cool. They're gonna come. I can't make you subscribe. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna come. But you know, I just focus on other things. People get so caught up with subscribers, it's unreal, and it doesn't mean anything on the grand scheme of things. So,
but okay, so when we talk about subscribers, let's make sure we understand something here. If you look at your analytics, you look at this, say I got 50,000 subscribers, and you look at the percentage of subscribers that watch your videos, is a very small percentage. So you have a large percentage of people that's not subscribed to your channel that watch a lot of your content.
Correct.
So if you look at, okay, you got 50,000 subscribers, you got maybe 40% of your 50,000 subscribers that watch your content. The other 55% of the viewers is not subscribed. Even though they watch your channel, they're not subscribed. So when we do talk about subscribers, the percentage of subscribers that watch your content is very small. So even though you see the big number, sometimes that big number is a mirage.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
The big number sometimes is a mirage.
Yeah, and I just want to put a quick note on this too. You know, and I know that, you know, both me and Barry, we have small, what I call microscopic channels. And as you improve your content, because I have almost 260 videos on my channel, and I'm just, I'm really just in this to put my information out there, just to improve in life. And like how people want to nitpick their videos, that's the same thing in life. Like I talk to so many people who say they want to get into coding, they want a certification, but they want to buy. They sit there on a stack of 200 books and think that they could go buy a book and not read it and expect next year to have a CCNA or to achieve their goal. The best thing to do is to go out there and fail. Failure is the best medicine in life if you want to be successful.
But you know what? I'm just gonna say this, right? I remember back then when I first started my YouTube channel, I did not want to fail. So I did reach out to other content creators to try to get advice and stuff. And back then, when I first started, nobody was giving no advice how they give it now. Nobody. So what I did was, after I got so many rejections from some of the content creators out there, I started just to turn the camera on and fess at it myself. Like I learned everything through trial and error. Making crappy content, reevaluating the things that I'm doing, lying to myself of what I was trying to do, and so on and so forth. So the way I've learned a lot of things throughout the years, the hard way. And so even though we talk about turn on the camera and we are here, like me, T, and we are here to support the smaller content creators, right? I didn't get that support. Like this is one of the things that I tried what I would never do. I would never do on to others that was done to me when I first started YouTube. I got a lot of rejections when I started with YouTube because I reached out to content creators that had bigger channels and they all rejected me.
They all not receptive.
That's okay, but I won't do that to people that today. I would not do that to people today. If they need for me to evaluate their channel, they need for me to look at their channel, I will do that. You know what I'm saying? I've let people with 100 subscribers or something like that on my live streams.
Hey, I was way less.
I want to support the community. Think about that. Think about 5 years ago, or 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. That would never happen like that. If you're not up to the upper echelon, you would never get noticed. You would know the bigger content creator wouldn't even think about reaching out to you. I say that to say that my vision is to always support my fellow content creators because I know how hard it is to get to that level. I know if you are putting in the work, putting in the ground, trying to make yourself better, you have a support team like me and T and some of us. We help smaller content creators to guide them to the right path. You ain't got to go to Clubhouse. You ain't got to do none of that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just reach out to your trusted or people that's willing to help you get to that level. You ain't got to spend days and hours and weeks and years into some Clubhouse to learn something that it's not even about that. We are here for full support.
I don't think people realize that, man, because people be so kind of
put a video out. They just can't be talking all this crap and then not even trying to put a video out. And that's the thing. I mean, the best thing for them to do is at least go out there and put their first video out. And then if you get one view, then you know what? That means that they at least try. And they might look at it as a failure, but to me, that's an opportunity.
But the thing about content, listen, YouTube, you have, first of all, let's make sure we understand something here. You could put 1,000 videos out and get no views on it. If you don't build your channel, you have to build your community. You have to get people invested in you. You have to get people invested in you. You have to get people that watch your content for the first time when you put it out there, when you marketing. First of all, when you upload a video, that don't stop. You have to market yourself. You have to post it out there. You have to try to get eyeballs. Listen, the work don't stop when you post a video. When you post a video, that the work starts because you have to get yourself out there. You want the eyeballs. You want the first time viewer. You want to give them a good platform to come and watch your channel. And when they watch it, if they like it or not, don't matter. They like it, they thumbs down it. They go about their business. They don't subscribe. That's fine. But at least you give them an opportunity to watch something. Hey, check out my channel. If you like it, subscribe, continue to watch it. If you don't, then I understand. And so the marketing goes a long way. If you don't market yourself, that means you don't get feedback. You don't get people to watch your channel. You don't get potential new subscribers and stuff like that. It's just not just posting the video on YouTube. That's the beginning. Actually, that's the second phase. Now you got to go to the third phase. And then once you get to your third phase of marketing yourself, whether or not you're on Twitter, or Telegram, or all these different social media platform that you are in, you want to get people invested in you. You want to get people invested in, okay, I like his, Spectacular Gadget. I seen on Twitter. I checked out a channel. I like the content. I became a subscriber. Now I watch that content all the time. So that's what you want, the new eyeballs, the new viewers. You want to build your community. That's the key to success here. You have to build a foundation. It won't work unless you build a foundation. That's the whole thing.
And I don't want to skip over the fact I do believe what you're talking about, both growing the community. But like I said, if you were saying, if you have access to someone like a T or an Eazy that will read your DM and give you advice, you have to use it. There's going to be a lot of people that are not going to help you, but if you have access to someone has been there and kind of blazed that path, take advantage of it. And
you know what? The follow up on this, and listen, content creators. Oh my God, listen. If you come to us, and I've done this, and a lot of people get upset with me about this. You ask me to look at your channel, evaluate your channel, and give some bullet points on how to get better. That's the point. Get better. And then I give you bullet points, and then you get pissed at me because I'm telling you your lighting is bad, your camera angles are bad, and you're like, well, you suck. But don't come to me for advice.
Exactly. And I tell people that all the time.
Feelings. Don't come to me.
I tell people all the time.
If you come to the tech page, I'm going to tell you how it is. You're like, well, you didn't have to go hard on me like that.
You need it. That's what you need.
Yeah. And it's funny because you guys know I just crossed 100. So there's people that I know are scared of a couple of these YouTubers, and they'll hit me up. Should I post it or delete this? Because they know, like, they come to me because they know I'm not afraid to tell them, it's like, take this thing down. What are you trying to do here?
And there's one thing that I don't do either. Like, people know me. If you know me, people see me on Twitter and think I'm like a jerk and that's my demeanor. But if you DM me or something like that and then you ask for help, I'm always willing to give help. Yeah. And most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm just gonna give you my number. Like, straight up. I've talked to so many people and they be like, you want me to call you? I'm like, yeah, call me. I don't want to sit here and type all day on the phone. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, just call me and we can chop it up. You know what I mean? It's people that I spoke to like one time and they were like, yo, thank you. Like, just shoot me a DM. But I'll tell you, here's what I won't do though, is people really be wanting you to, I'm all about looking out for people, right? But people legit be wanting to like get contacts. Like, yo, you think you could hook me up with so-and-so? I can't do that, yo, because
I'm not.
Do you know how I'm not trying to be funny,
right?
But do you know how hard I work to get?
No, that's no.
You know what I mean?
No,
like
that to me is.
But you'd be surprised how many people ask. Yeah, like they'll be in my DMs, like, yo, do you mind if you give me the contact to the biggest case company so I can? No,
and
like,
T, I can understand. This is what's sad about certain
what I mean?
people. I could see if it was one of those things where you had gotten one case. We're talking about someone that almost looked like the case company were making. But guess what? We just want him to review our cases. Like he's got That's what this man is working for.
I worked to get
exactly. That's his work.
Like, you know how hard it was for me to get some of these brands. So when I literally got the email, I was like grinning ear to ear because I was like, you know how hard I work for this brand. And I got these brands that don't even want to be like, say for an example, Clubhouse. I know a lot of you guys in the comments say you don't really rock with the Clubhouse, but I was in a room with one of the biggest brands of people that people ask me, can they get this contact every week? And the guy in the room, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Everybody who's wanting it, I'm sitting in this room talking with this guy, just like we're talking, but he doesn't want people to know who he is because that company is so hard at getting people in. So I'm just like, look, man, people got to realize that I worked 3-4 years sometimes to get some of these contacts, and I've been burnt because I've gave somebody
and then they do them wrong,
and they did them wrong, and I said, you know what? And I came to that person, I'm like, you know what? I looked out for you, but now I got to cut you off because you messed up my name, even though I'm still cool with them, but you messed up my name. Just, you know what I mean? Like, I will never do that again, ever, because people just want a shortcut, and I'm not. I'll give you advice on your channel all day, but there's no shortcut to this. You
can't. That's a bridge too far.
Right, and another thing that I want to mention to a lot of newer content creators, I see this all the time. This is crazy. So when you do get the opportunity to get your first review, you get the opportunity to get your free product. Don't lie about the product so you can keep a good relationship with that company. We see it with the Google Pixels. Everybody get what they do with the Google. They lie. Oh, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Oh my God, it's like the heavens coming down. No, man, come on, bro. I'm sitting like, come on, people. Just because, listen, man, be real to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. That's the whole thing. Be real to yourself and your viewers. Don't get caught up in I got the free unit, so I want to keep this relationship with this company. So I got to get down on my knees. I got to get down on my
it ain't about
right.
That, you
know how many brands I've burnt? Not burnt, but you know how many case companies that I've told their case sucks on video and nobody should buy this case. And I've had them literally email me like, hey man, what happened? Your case is bad. That's what happened, and I'm never putting them on my channel again. If you want me to take, or you can be a company and get on the phone with me. I've had this too, where I've told the company, look, this sucks about this case. You need to change this. And I have talked to case manufacturers on the phone, and they were like, yo, we need to hear what was the issue. And then they changed exactly what I said on the next. I don't even say this in my videos, but I have literally had case companies change their case because I complained about something. They were like, I'll legit change it because I know he's
using it. He's giving you realistic feedback.
Like, don't be afraid. I don't care if you don't ever send me another phone or a case again.
Exactly.
If I really wanted it, I go buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal.
To no brand.
No, never.
Make sure you don't lie to your viewers. That's because
that's the
brand
number one thing.
Your viewers go be there. That means that if you lie to your viewers and they use your affiliate links to buy the product, right? That you telling that it's the best thing since sliced bread. Not only that you've been a disloyal person to your followers, they gonna come back on you, hit you in your DMs, say, hey, bro, hey, player. You said this such a product was good, man. This product is trash, bro. And look, I hate to say these things, but you have people that gets overly excited for getting a first free product.
Yep.
You know, and they want to keep that relationship with that company, so they will lie and deceive and tell falsehoods about that product, so they can get that hip hooray from the brand. But you're lying to your viewer.
Lying to the viewers.
The most important part.
Yes.
Not the brand. Not the brand. The viewer is the most important part, not the brand. Just remember that.
And I know there's another thing that I've always kind of preached about. Just like I said a little bit earlier about the whole starting a YouTube channel. But another thing that I always preach about, and I want people to just get rid of I hate the term small creator. I literally hate when people say I'm a small creator. I got a tiny channel. That's such a mindset. Like, I cannot stand, I'm a small channel. This is a big channel. No. We're all the same playing field. Like, I don't care. I see myself just as up there with MKBHD. I don't consider myself as being I wish the term small creator honestly can get canceled, because it's a small. The reason why I say that is because it can limit you so much. And people think small because they think, oh, I can't do this because I'm a small creator. I can't accomplish this because I'm a small creator. I had, and this is not a bragging, but it just shows you the opportunities that's out there. I had close to a 6-figure deal, brand deal with the company. Actually, it's not close. I did have the brand deal with a company when I was under 10,000 subscribers. That just goes to show you that the money is out there to get. You just have to go out there and get it. Like big companies, cut the check, boom, thank you, done with you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The opportunities are out there, man. So don't think. I hate it, man. And every time somebody says it, it's like in the back of my mind. I'm like, you're not a small creator. We're all creators. We're just not small. We're not big. No, we all start at certain different points. That's why we all at different sizes. But it's a mindset, because I feel like that limits you so much to where you can miss out on opportunities just because you think you don't have the background to get where you want. I pitch to companies all the time and being like, look, I don't got a shot in the dark. Just like this new company that I pitched to recently. I was like, you know what, T, I'm gonna send this email. They ain't gonna write me back. They wrote me back and was just like, sure. I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't see that one coming at all. So it just depends, man. Like, I just hate that term, man. I tell everybody, just kind of try to limit it.
Kind of just think of yourself as a content creator.
Just
and not
catch yourself before you just blurt that I'm a small creator. Just try to get that out your whole vocabulary, yo.
Yeah. Oh, that's great info.
Another thing that I would say is you know, as you start to put your videos out there, you know, and you pitch into these companies, if you having trouble, you know, pitching to a company, or you think that you have to work this hard, maybe you're doing the wrong thing. Instead of trying to be someone else, maybe your thing should be your passion. So if you like fans or something, maybe you should start doing reviews of fans, because you know everything about fans or how you work. Don't even try to do phones and stuff just because it's cool and it looks nice, and you might have a phone that you're passionate about. Are you passionate about that the next phone or the next iteration of that same product?
Well, you see this a lot. You see this. But you know what? You see this a lot. You see a lot of YouTube content creators that start channels based off of not doing what they're passionate about, but they're doing what, you know,
they ride the bandwagon.
And that's right, the bandwagon. So that's give you prime example. Emily D. Baker. I love her channel, right? But she started out as doing iPhone. Videos,
she was with you on Wine Wednesday.
With me on Wine. We talked about iPhone, but when she converted her channel a little bit to the law stuff, that's what she does. This is what she's passionate about. She just went to the roof, and I love it. I love it. And the reason why is because you have to find out what you passionate about. You know what you know a lot about. Like me, I know about tech and phones and tablets and computers and stuff like that. It don't make no sense for me to make a car video. It don't make no sense for me to talk about sneakers and tennis shoes and stuff like that. I have no idea. I don't know nothing about that. So why would I have a dedicated channel based off of something that I don't know about?
And I like to travel. I like to travel.
You like to travel,
all the interstates almost, and I don't I don't have a traveling channel because I like it. I'm passionate about it, but I just know that that's not what I want to do. I have all those interstate signs, you know. I really could just I-285 Atlanta, you know, but no, that's not what I want to do. So that Emily D. Baker thing is good. That's a good example.
I look at the whole concept of content creators, and a lot of people might be looking at this in the replay. So where y'all talk that because y'all already, you know, been in it for years and stuff like that. I promise you, every time I do a video, I look at myself as, and I feel this way, and I know we want to decipher the difference between content creators and, you know, not saying that it's small or big or whatever. I look at when I do my content as having 0 subscribers and 0 views. Like, I look at it that I have to put in the work, man. Like, I have to put in the work, you know, because what happens a lot when somebody's at the top? Some people get big headed. They don't want to put in the work and the passion in it, right?
Yeah.
So somebody that believe that, I'm a millionaire. I don't have to do nothing to keep these millions of dollars. I can just stop what I'm doing and just not doing anything again. You big headed. That means you don't put forth the effort in it. You don't put the work in it. Your work ethic goes down. You don't have passion towards it anymore, and then it start affecting how
affects your content, and viewers can pick up on it.
But if you have that drive, that passion, that even whatever level that you at, it don't matter if you at 1 or 1 million. So I would never, I say this a lot, and I say this when I have 1 subscriber, I would never change what I do as far as my grinding and passion. If I had 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers, I will always keep it real 100%. It don't matter. I don't look at myself as being a big channel or a small channel. I look at myself as being just me. Like just me. I want to put the grind in no matter what. So what do? Every freaking day, I turn on my cameras, I make content, I plan, I market myself, I do this and I do that. And look, my situation is totally different from everybody else. I understand that. Look, I have the freedom to kind of to do a little more things a little better. Now, look, for everybody that listen, I do have to work. All right, just make sure we understand that. I make content every day, but I do have to get up early in the morning and put the grind in on money. Right? Because listen, fun fact, I just spent over $100,000+ on YouTube. Fun fact, in my going to my CPA every year, when I just spent $40,000 on YouTube, it don't make the Oracle happy. I promise you that. All right, so this fun fact, I just spent over the $100,000 mark on YouTube. It was not. It wasn't hard to do. It was easy. If you got the money, you do it. I mean, but when you tally up everything you spent, you know, it is depressing to when you go to CPA, especially when you got to deal with the Oracle, when you spent $50,000-$60,000 on YouTube in 1 year. You know, I've done that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you think these $1,000 phones don't add up? But buy 20 of them, buy 30 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever when that investment isn't returning or is not coming, if the fruit's not coming as fast as the projected amount that they
Well, I know that I wasn't gonna make it that much money on YouTube at the beginning. That's why I just wanted to build my content. Again, I did a lot of things wrong. I promise you, don't do what I did. I gave away 5 iPhones. That cost me $1,000 a pop. I gave away $5,000. All right, don't. It's not. No. Don't. I would tell anybody.
I think you two have given gems of how to start and build from the
man,
right way.
Man. There ain't even science to it. You know what I mean? I say it's no science to it, man.
And look, and FYI, all these tags. Listen, man, this kills me when I see this tags and this. And I've done videos when I put no tags in and it got 100,000 views.
Absolutely.
I do videos and I put tags in and I get no views on it. So I'm telling you, all that crap don't make
all that
sense,
mess, man.
I'm telling you, don't be listening to that crap, man. Look, a lot of people say, well, it's part of the algorithm. I got
care about that,
but I got hundreds of thousands of views on it. I ain't got freaking tags or something.
I do it all the time. Sometimes I make a video like I ain't gonna tag this one, and it performs just as my videos.
And so I don't believe in that. And look, I pay TubeBuddy every month so I could get tagged, so I don't have to think about it. You know, I pay certain entities so I can get this. And listen, I might need to pay somebody to do my thumbnails. My thumbnails are horrible. I use the same thumbnails, switch swapping around. I don't know how to do thumbnails. That's my next project for me. And I don't want to pay nobody to do it, but I might
practice, man. Just practice.
You know, I don't know. I mean,
I try to get better with thumbnails every one. It's just like they always say, you should spend the same amount of time you spend on your video, you should spend on your thumbnail.
And you're right.
And that's true. And that
a
is
long
true.
time on a thumbnail.
That's a gem, right?
They say that's what they say. Now,
thumbnail, man.
If you got a template, you can cut that down, but thumbnail is way more. I see why they say that. Now I've been putting more time into. Because usually when I record, I would try to record, edit, do a thumbnail all in the same day. Now I may edit one day, then the next day I do just my thumbnail. Now it depends on what video. My case videos, I don't think about those thumbnails. I take them plain, minimalistic, done. But when
But
I
if
do
it's
more
like
of
if
a,
it's an S21 or
yeah,
something
if
like
it's
that,
like
okay.
a video with I'm in front of it, then I try to take a
Yeah.
little bit more time. But even now to this day, I still try to get better with every single thumbnail. And I can do a thumbnail and I'll be like, I don't like this, but I just spent so much time on it. This is gonna have to go. You know what I mean? But people always say make multiple thumbnails, and that's just where in my mindset, I guess I'm not at that level yet. That people make 4 or 5 different thumbnails, and I don't have that time. I don't do this full time. Like person between family, regular life, I don't have time to sit there and make 5 thumbnails. I barely got time to make one. So it's just like I try to spend the time in making that one thumbnail to be as best as it can, because that's just what my time allows. You know what I mean? Until I can do it full time, stuff will look a lot different.
So you
I wish I could do it full time, but
you bring up a good point here. You think about this when we just discussed it today's video. We talk about starting a YouTube channel. That some of the tools that you got to do to make YouTube a channel pretty much successful. You plan the video that you're going to make. You record the video. You edit the video. You post a video on YouTube with your title and tags or whatever you do. You make your thumbnail. Then once you post the video, you got to market yourself. And that is a huge, all that stuff we said, a lot of people don't. If that's not what you're going to do, then it's something maybe you might want to scale back. And I do it because it's one of the things that people get frustrated about is because they're not growing. But you have to do a lot of things in between to grow, to make yourself grow. Look, man, I'm not going to watch nobody's channel if I don't know who they are.
You got to put the time in.
I don't see them marketing themselves. I don't see them, try to do something to get eyeballs or whatever. You know, things when you post a video, that just the one part you have to get yourself out there. You know, it's a lot involved in it.
It is. And it's a lot.
If you don't, and look, here's the thing. You don't have to post a video like I post a video every other day or every day. You can take your YouTube ain't going nowhere. You don't have to rush. No rush. Man. Take your time. If it take you 1 week to make one video before you post it, get all your ducks in a row and make that one good video. A video once a month. However you do it. But just don't. It's no rush. I see people rush videos out and it look like crap. Rushing videos.
I'm guilty of that.
When the phone been unboxed 2 weeks ago, it's nothing in the box. It's the same thing. Don't rush it. If it's no rush involved, take your time to have a little more thought, a little more planning. Maybe do your B-rolls a little better, have a better lighting, you know, stuff like that, instead of rushing the video. I see people rushing videos all the time. It shows in your content when you rush a video. I've done the same thing. That's why half my videos suck right now. I used to rush them.
Rushing is something. The only thing that I have to pull back a little bit easy on what you said. The only video that I'll rush out is an unboxing if I know nobody on YouTube has unboxed that color for.
Well, right. That's,
I had one of the first unboxing of the Silver 12 Pro. And that video got like 100,000 views just like that.
Right.
Because that's the only time that I might be like, hold on, let me do a research. Everybody's unboxing the blue one. Oh, nobody did the silver? Let me go ahead and do it right now. You know what I mean? That's the only video that I rush. The only. The rest of them, they just come out when they come out.
Right. I mean, that's what I mean. Like if you got a exclusive.
It depends. Yeah, it depends. It depends.
Right.
But definitely don't rush on any other, on the general. No, I don't rush no video. No.
Right. But you think about this. Give you a prime example. You got what next up and coming phone. You got maybe the Pixel 5 or 6, whatever.
Who knows? I don't know.
Or 6,
The phone, the phone go get unboxed a month.
I don't unbox those.
To buy the phone, right? And so, if you get the phone just like everybody else, you take your time. You know, it's nothing gonna be no different from the unboxing experience that you saw a month and a half ago versus what you do. So you get the opportunity to do something that's different, maybe opportunity to change it up a little bit. And that's why I changed my unboxing experience, because I'm like, ain't nothing in the box. The unboxing experience.
There ain't nothing in the box anymore.
Like, nothing in the box.
So, just tell me about the phone, man. Just take out the box.
Right. So you ain't got no power brick, you ain't got no dongle, you ain't got no case. But it's no, Look, I'm
You
about
got the phone.
right. I'm at the point where I'm about to cut out unboxings. I don't even want to do them
Me
anymore.
too. Me
Why?
too.
It's a
Yeah.
listen, why would I spend 8 hours editing an unboxing video and it's nothing in the box? Like it's a
Facts.
waste of my time. It's a waste. I could put it in the B-roll when I'm doing my first 24 hours, but I'm not gonna spend 6 hours trying to edit an unboxing video when you open the box up, ain't nothing in it.
Facts.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the unboxing experience.
Yeah.
It ain't like the Z Fold 1. When I unboxed the Z, I don't think he even did the unboxing of the Z Fold 1, but the Z Fold 1 had the case, it had the buds, it had. I mean, it was a beautiful unboxing. You open it up, it opened up like that. It was a beautiful experience. Then the Z Fold 2 come out, it ain't got none of that in the box. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Hey Barry, I'm about to get up out of here.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It's time for little man nap time. But
Understand.
good conversation, man.
Yeah, thanks for
I
coming in. And we'll probably
always
end here in a
these.
second too. So
Yeah, I always
we
love
really
these, man.
appreciate you.
If anybody in the chat, if you want me to chop it up with me or something like that, man, just DM me, man. Yeah, we'll talk it up, yo. So my DMs is always open to help on anybody, man, for sure. So
yeah, thank you so much, T. I really appreciate
y'all boys
it.
be easy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, man.
All right.
Catch y'all later, man.
All right.
Later, fam.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably do the same because I know we've been going, and
Oh yeah, this is a record breaker here.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah. But you made a mistake. You made a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. You made him say. You made him say.
Y'all know I'm a talker.
Hey, you great.
Man, he done got T in the stream and all that, man. I was quiet on this one. We have
to let. I wanted to give them their platform because it's right up their alley. They've been in the game for a while, so I just can't thank you enough, Eazy, for coming through. And
that's why
can't thank you enough. I remember the first time Eazy it's like, oh, let me watch one of your videos, and then all of a sudden I see him in the comments. I didn't even send it to him yet. I sent him in the comments. Like that just made me smile from ear to ear. So I appreciate everything you've done for me personally, and I just hope people watch your channel, watch it grow, and ask you questions so they can see some of the same benefits that I get from just knowing you. So I really appreciate you.
My whole thing was, my whole channel was designed, all the stuff that I went through when I was trying to grow my channel, I got rejected, right? And so I commit myself and my YouTube channel to not rejecting people, especially that people that want to grow, especially that people that's putting the work in. So I look at my platform as a platform for other creators that just want to get their foot in the door. Like me, you sometimes you need that simple exposure.
Exactly.
You still got to put the work in. That's the
you
whole
still got to
thing.
put the work in.
If I expose you or not, don't matter if you come on my platform or not. If the viewers come on your channel, you're not putting the work in, they're not going to subscribe or support.
Yep.
So, but I just wanted to, for me, when I was 4 or 5 years ago, I just needed that one little bump to help, and nobody didn't do it for me.
Yeah, they wouldn't help you. Yeah, exactly. So like man, you're a man of your word. You don't do that to other people. You're very helpful. So I appreciate you. Yeah.
They have some people who really don't care, and they're all about themselves, and they might have a few subscribers. What I mean by a few subscribers, yeah, they have more than me or more than you, but they might be doing a stream. We up here talking knowledge, we breaking down fractions and equations, and then somebody, just because they have 300,000 subscribers, they say some basic stuff, and then they acting like they just cured AIDS or something. They just giving this person all this credit for saying something that everybody in the chat already knows.
I would never forget where I come from. That's just me. Even where I grew up in my communities, in my neighborhood. I have one of my businesses is in my communities, right? In my community in Salvador Sciences, you visit me in my location, and I never forget where I come from, man. I know the struggles. I know the struggles of my people. I know the struggles of my communities. I know the struggles of smaller content creators. I know the struggles of a lot. And I open up my platform to help people. You know, and so I'm gonna continue. It don't matter if I got 100,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers. I'll be true to my word, true to the game. And
you proved that already too by Wine Wednesday. I mean, Wired Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right.
On there when I had what probably 100 and I think I was a you need electron microscope to see my channel at that point. I probably had 50 subscribers, and and you had Ashley on there.
Yep.
And people would, I mean, they channels were just as small as mine.
Just as small, right? My focus on Wire and Wine Wednesday, right? My focus was giving the females a voice. Wine Wednesday was all about giving females a voice.
Females,
Smaller content creators. It was designed to give smaller female content creators a voice. What I did was I wanted to diversify it, so I wanted to get smaller content creators. That's why I changed the name to Wired Wednesday. So I gave the opportunity for females and males to interact, to network with each other at a smaller channel pace, to learn the YouTube ways and to have fun and enjoy what they're doing. So my focus was for smaller content creators. I mean, that was the whole thing. And to this day, with Mike and Barry and LaShawn and you guys on there, I'm telling you, it's my pleasure. Y'all
it's mine too. It's so much fun
to have y'all guys on there. Believe me, it's my, because I seen what happened to me. That's the thing. And think about it. What bigger YouTube content? Listen, I will take that. What other content creator that has a large content will have a channel on there with 50 subscribers, 25 subscribers?
Not the name that I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, everybody. I mean, and another thing that you could get from being on your stream too is that sometimes people might realize, hey, you know what? I like tech. I started in tech, but you know what? After being here, we still could do tech. Like Emily could still be on your channel, even though she's not really doing tech. I mean, Ashley probably even could. I mean, I ain't gonna say probably. Ashley could come back and continue with beauty. And the thing is just not just about tech. It's not about tech. Right? It's about having fun and having an open discussion about what's going on YouTube and focus it on tech.
Yeah. So why Wednesday motto is tech, lifestyles, and everything in between. And so even though we focus a lot on tech, it don't necessarily have to be about tech. And we open it up for different genres of different areas of what's going on. And so it's not even about tech, it's about networking, enjoying yourself, and having an open platform. And look, here's the thing. Some people that came on my channel have taken advantage of it. They came on there and they, sold themselves to let the people that watch the stream say, hey, this person is interested. They had this stuff together. They were well articulated. They was well voiced about different things that they're doing on their channel. And I had a platform open, and you have an opportunity to say, hey, I have my channel is such and such. This is what I do. This is, and stuff like that. So people say, hey, let me go visit their channels. And so that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate y'all letting me on though.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I can't thank you enough. And I apologize. It must be my cue because my dog is starting to bark in the background, but I just want to say thank you, everybody that's come through, and thank you, Savage, and most importantly, thank you, Eazy. We, like I said, you are someone that we look up to, and it's just a pleasure having you here, schooling us on what we need on YouTube. So with that, I want everybody to make sure they're subscribed to Eazy. Reach out to him if you have any help, need any help or guidance. And with that, I'm going to close the show out. So thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you next week.